temple. So one concerning trend that's been going on lately is billionaires, very rich people building underground bunkers, presumably for the end times. You know, in case things go south, they can go south into the earth and live there until things blow over, or they could just live the rest of their lives underground. At least I assume that's what it's for. I guess I don't really know for sure. It's hard to get a straight answer from these guys. Maybe they all just sort of suddenly developed a love for going underground and just spending time in the earth. But I'm pretty sure that they, at the very least, think the apocalypse could happen, and they're trying to cover their bases, so to speak. Photographer visits underground house built by eccentric millionaire for nuclear fallout. And here's the first image showing what it describes as lifelike scenery is painted on the underground walls of the house. An underground house perfect for nuclear fallout, built by an eccentric millionaire, was visited by a photographer who documents doomsday locations. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that sentence sounds like a little bit too cheery to me. Perfect for nuclear fallout kind of seems like an oxymoron, you know? I feel like at the very least you can make do with nuclear fallout, but I wouldn't be like, oh, the world is ending? Oh, this is perfect. I know a spot. I have the absolute perfect place to go when all of my family has died and everything I've ever known is gone forever. Look, I know it's sad now, but just wait until we get down there and you can see the curtains I picked out. You're gonna freak. This would be a dream place to live during the apocalypse. At least better than any other bunker I've seen. So not only do I feel broke for the sheer act of not having a bunker, but then he's gonna shame other people who do have bunkers and be like, they might have bunkers, but they're not as nice as mine, man. Theirs don't look like a store in North Korea that's trying to make it look like real life, even though it's not. I do kind of feel like a lot of these things end up sort of being pissing contests between billionaires. They might not even care about the apocalypse. I think there just comes a point where you have so much money that spending them on normal things isn't enough anymore. You need to think of new and innovative ways to one-up other people and feel better than other people, so you gotta have that better underground bunker. You need to have a penchant for over-the-top kitsch. You need to have a penchant for over-the-top kitsch, insane color combinations, and James Bond villain layer aesthetics, which I do. I don't understand that quote. Is he saying, like, in order to make any bunker, you need to have a penchant for over-the-top kitsch? Or is he just saying to survive in this underground hell that I've created, you need to be able to tolerate what I've done here? So this is interesting. So this is part of the underground bunker. It's made to look like the outside of a house. Beautiful, you know, pink neon lighting, interesting vintage choice of couch, but if you look in the room, it kind of just looks like an ugly motel in there. What's going on there? I feel like he forgot to bring the vibe in there. The subterranean house comes with a bar area, a pool sauna, barbecue, putting green, guest house, pool table, grand piano, and a fountain. It's a guest house, you know, so like if during the apocalypse one of your friends wants to come over, one of your friends that got blown away by a nuclear bomb, if they want to just come over for a couple minutes, if you want to have one of the aliens over that took over, he can come down there, hang out. Isn't the whole point of a doomsday bunker that there is going to be nobody to come over to the guest house? Maybe one of his other billionaire friends who does have a bunker, but just not as nice of one. He's like, look, I know you're gonna really want to come to mine, so I have a guest house. Jeez, man. I don't even know how to describe the aesthetic. It kind of looks like something from the game Fallout, right? I'm actually asking, right? Does it look like that? I've never played Fallout, but I feel like it looks like that. One thing I fully do not understand about doomsday bunkers is like, one this big feels like it needs a staff to run. You've got a pool, you've got a barbecue, you have a guest house. Are you having people work down there during the apocalypse? And if so, what is going to keep them working for you? If money doesn't mean anything anymore, like what is there to keep that hierarchical status in place? And also, like, you've got a barbecue. What are you gonna cook up some ribs? Where are you gonna get the pig? Where's the pig coming from? Maybe he's already got all this stuff stocked up. Okay, so looks like What's Inside, the YouTube channel, has actually toured this bunker. What's inside an $18 million luxury doomsday bunker?
One very interesting thing is this giant metal capsule. A lot of you are probably wondering, what is this? This right here could hold 5 human heads and 4 bodies. I don't really understand why it's 5 heads and 4 bodies.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about that too. I was just thinking that. The bodies and heads don't match up. If it were 5 heads and 5 bodies, I'd have nothing to say about this. I have one of those in my house, actually.
It really feels like you're in your own private oasis. This is 15,000 square feet.
It really doesn't feel like you're that much underground because, like...
It doesn't feel like you're that much underground. Still definitely feels like you're a little bit underground, but I mean, we're 100 feet underground. This feels pretty nice. I would guess like 10 feet max. I mean, I guess there's no real indication that you're deep underground, but I feel like the fact that there's no windows really tips you off to the fact that there's something sinister going on. I will say, you know, it's nice. If you're into this aesthetic, it's probably going to keep you sane for slightly longer than someone that's just in like a metal, you know, warehouse submarine looking bunker.
And now you look across LA, there's the night shining. You even see the moon up there shining because of the black lights.
That's nice. It's so peaceful. I could imagine just looking out over this painting and like almost forgetting that 5 of my closest friends have been decapitated and are frozen 10 feet behind me in that pod. You know what's kind of crazy? I just realized it's kind of fitting that I'm in my basement right now for this video. I literally moved into my underground bunker to film this video about underground bunkers. Gotta say, mine is like a little bit underdecorated for the occasion though. I do feel like, as of right now, it is just a blank white room with a pull-up bar in the background. This is all a man needs during the apocalypse right here, baby. Just a pull-up bar and some white walls. And I do have a severed head over here. It's just not frozen or anything. It's just sitting there, so. Not even worth showing. The super rich preppers planning to save themselves from the apocalypse. Tech billionaires are buying up luxurious bunkers and hiring military security to survive a societal collapse they helped create. Damn. But like everything they do, it has unintended consequences. And like all their unintended consequences, the consequences are not for them, they're for everybody else. As a humanist who writes about the impact of digital technology on our lives, I am often mistaken for a futurist. The people most interested in hiring me for my opinions about technology are usually less concerned with building tools that help people live better lives in the present than they are for identifying the next big thing through which to dominate them in the future. I don't usually respond to their inquiries. Why help these guys ruin what's left of the internet, much less civilization? Okay, cook? Okay, go off. Let's hear what you have to say about these billionaires. That's how I found myself accepting an invitation to address a group mysteriously described as ultra-wealthy stakeholders out in the middle of the desert. Yeah, see, I feel like I would not accept that invitation, even if they wanted me to. I don't know what they would want me to talk about, actually. I don't know why like a group of ultra-wealthy stakeholders would want like me to talk. I don't even know what valuable insights I would have for them at all. They're like, Danny, can you tell us any valuable insights about the High School Musical franchise? We know you just spent like 3 months working on that video. Do you have anything else to tell us? I'd be like, shit, okay. Yeah, drop me some cash, man, I'll tell you. Did you know it took 6 days to film Bet on It? Why'd it take that long? I would think I was gonna get killed, actually. If a bunch of wealthy people invited me to the desert, I'd think like, okay, you know, they're gonna pay me, but I will be hunted for sport, most likely, so would this be wise? Okay, so they started asking him questions like, how do I maintain authority over my security force after the event? The event. That was their euphemism for the environmental collapse, social unrest, nuclear explosion, social storm, unstoppable virus, or malicious computer hack. That's crazy! I mean, that's literally what I was just saying. Like, what reason would they still have to protect you? Okay, let's say it's you, and then you've got like a dozen security and staff working in your bunker. I think immediately, the moment you get down there and like the hatch is sealed, I feel like suddenly the hierarchy flips and you are now on the bottom of the hierarchy. You just invited the strongest, most capable people you know to protect you into this bunker. That's like your worst nightmare. You work for them now. Still, it's, you know, it's better than getting blown up in a nuclear explosion, but you are pretty much their servant for life now. This single question occupied us for the rest of the hour. They knew armed guards would be required to protect their compounds from raiders. You know, that is true. I'm assuming that, you know, given some kind of apocalypse, there's gonna be people that want to get in that bunker for safety. One already had secured a dozen Navy SEALs to make their way to his compound if he gave them the right cue. But how would he pay the guards once even his crypto was worthless? It's such a crazy question to ask. The billionaires are like, look, I know that even during an apocalypse, I'm going to be better than these people, but how do I make them see that? How do I convince them that they need to do what I say? Because I know for a fact they do, I just don't know why. Okay, now we got a video inside the doomsday bunker for the super rich.
From the outside, the security cameras, armored guard, and 8-ton steel doors are the only sign you're entering a top secret facility. In fact, this place is so top secret, I can't even tell you where it is.
That's interesting. So this isn't under some rich guy's house. This is a company that makes them and just puts them in the middle of nowhere. How would I even get there if something went down? I feel like I would need one right under my house, you know? You just go downstairs. What, are you gonna take a plane somewhere? Aliens are invading and you're gonna take a plane to your bunker? I don't think so, man. Aliens just pick up your plane, pick it right up. You get sucked into there and you get tractor beamed right into their ship.
Inside, this 54,000 square foot complex boasts everything you could need to live through the end of days.
Ah, yes, everything you need to live through the end of days. I was just about to ask and make sure they had a mural of 2 parrots. That was gonna be on my list. I don't think I'd survive even a week in a bunker without a mural of parrots.
At the top, under the dome, are the recreation facilities like the pet park and climbing wall. Underneath that are the mechanical level, medical bay, and food stores, with luxury living quarters spread across the next 7 floors.
Oh, so I could have all the homies in here with me. That's cool. It's crazy. This place has a gym, it has a water park, it had a movie theater, bunk beds. These people are gonna be living better than like 99% of people do now. In the apocalypse. And at this point, it just feels like bragging. It's just like, all right, we get it, man. You're gonna outlive us all, you're gonna cause the apocalypse, and then you're gonna live through it, and we're not. We're gonna be having a civil war, being sent back to the Stone Age, and you're gonna be like, whee! On a water slide. It's like, all right, fine, do it, but don't make us look at your stupid bunker. What, do you have a computer lab? You got a school down there? This is all I'm gonna be thinking about now. If the apocalypse ever does happen someday. And I'm not like a doomsday prepper, by the way. I'm not like, the end is definitely coming, so don't perceive that from this video. I'm not trying to scare anybody. But if it ever does happen, I'm gonna make sure my family's safe, try to get us to safety. But in the back of my head, I'm gonna be like, Mark Zuckerberg's on a fucking merry-go-round or some shit right now, dude, for sure. Jeff Bezos is wearing like a pink apron in some weird retro fluorescent kitchen, making pancakes with his friends. Peter Thiel's Mountain Hideaway. PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel's dream home is part bunker, part mountain retreat. Yeah, I guess it depends how you look at it. Everything's about perspective, you know? It could be mountain retreat, it could be a nice little getaway for the family, or, it could be the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Peter Thiel's more of a glass half full kind of guy. While New Zealand was happy to grant Thiel residency after he spent 12 days in the country, the local planning departments aren't quite so easy to win over. Thiel's undulating retreat would have too great of an impact on the landscape. Not to mention they were all kind of put off by the fact that he's like, the apocalypse is coming, I gotta go underground, will you guys let me do it? They were like, wait, hold on, stop. What? Don't bring that to New Zealand. No, you can't. You can't. No. You can't. How was that? Okay, we got a video about Mark Zuckerberg's bunker, actually. Speaking of Mark Zuckerberg.
Are you officially sort of embracing your billionaire era?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the Kauai thing is really fun. We're doing ranching down there. I want to try to create the highest quality beef in the world. And we have this whole vertical integration plan.
Man, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. Glad you're gonna have the best beef ever that none of us will get to try. No, that's cool, man.
You do have a bunker there. Is there something you know that we don't?
No, I think that's just like a little shelter.
I like her face. She's kind of like, look, I know this is a stupid question, but people are going to be wondering, do you think the apocalypse is going to happen? It's like, wait, no, he did actually probably build it for a reason, right?
No, I think that's just like a little shelter under, and it's like a
little shelter. What are you worried about?
Downplaying a shelter. He's the total opposite of the guy with the fluorescent retro bunker. No, it's just some stupid little shelter. It's stupid. You don't want to hear about it. In fact, don't even ask about it. Don't ask about it.
And then just like there's just a bunch of storage space and like
just a bunch of storage space. It could only fit, I don't know, 5 heads, 4 bodies max. Inside Mark Zuckerberg's top secret Hawaii compound. I think you mean his basic little stupid house. Off the 2-lane highway that winds along the northeast side of the Hawaiian island of Kauai, on a quiet stretch of ranch land between the tourist hubs of Kapa and Hanalei, an enormous secret construction project is underway. All right, well, doesn't sound that secret. A secret construction project is underway. We found out about it because Mark was publicly talking about it in that one TikTok interview, and now we're letting you know. But it's a secret, so don't tell anyone. Nobody working on the project is allowed to talk about what they are building. Are you sure they're not allowed to talk about it, or maybe it's just so boring they don't want to talk about it? Like, if you go out for a beer with one of these guys and you're like, what are you building at Mark Zuckerberg's compound? They're probably just like, it's stupid, it's so tiny, I don't even want to talk about it. I hate talking about tiny little stupid things like that. I wonder if they're allowed to talk about it while they're building it, or if they're like, the construction boss is like, all right, we're gonna start doing this wall, or shit. I mean, we're gonna not do that. Nobody do anything, actually. Everybody stop. The project is so huge that a non-insignificant share of the island is bound by the NDA, but everyone here knows who's behind it. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta. Tall tales about the compound and its owner run rampant on the local rumor mill, known colloquial as the Coconut Wireless. One person heard that Zuckerberg was building a vast underground city. That's not what I heard. I heard it was like a tiny little crawl space. Detailed planning documents obtained by Wire through a series of public record requests show the makings of an opulent techno Xanadu, complete with underground shelter and what appears to be a blast-resistant door. You know, just to protect you from a hurricane, an explosive hurricane. So unfortunately, there's no pictures or videos, I guess, of Mark Zuckerberg's mansion or his underground bunker. I guess like the one thing we could look forward to in an apocalypse is maybe he'll go down there and he'll post pictures of it on Instagram or something. While we're all sort of toiling away in the Stone Age fields of tomorrow, trying to harvest crops in the radiated soil, we can check our phones and Mark Zuckerberg's like petting a zebra underground or something. We can kind of imagine what it might be like though with this video. Inside $45 million mansion with underground bunker. This is from my boy Ennis. I actually love his videos. I watch them all the time. He just tours like insane mansions and whatnot, and it's just kind of fun to put on in the background after a long day. Okay, bunker entrance.
We have these double doors here opening up. Mikey, can we pan up the ceiling? Those are security shutters. This is where we have the spacious lobby. It's a nice open space.
Okay, I gotta say, this might be the ugliest one yet, actually. I'm sure the rest of the house was nice. Let's take a peek at what the actual house looks like. I mean, the outside of the house is beautiful. Yeah, it looks like there's some nice attention to detail in the home. Very ornate, not necessarily my style, but it's done up. The bunker, I guess at the very least we can rest assured it doesn't look like these rich people are convinced the end times are happening yet, because they haven't quite zhuzhed it up yet. I don't think they're quite ready. So everyone hold off on the end times. They're not ready yet. They gotta figure out what they're doing with this space first. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. They have a tiki bar. Fuck! Oh shit, nope, they're ready. They've got pool table, they've got claw machine, and they have enough prizes to last them a lifetime. Spider-Man pinball. All right, well that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to look at some bunkers from my bunker. Bye.
What's up, dude?
Listen, it might look like I'm about to commit shoplifting as I place item after item into my shopping cart and then leave without checking out, scanning my items, or talking to anyone. But I'm not shoplifting. I'm using technology. You see, this is a new type of store that uses sensors, cameras, and AI to track me through the aisles, adding every item that I pick up to a virtual cart. And the moment I exit the store, it charges my account. It's an incredible new technology created by Amazon called Just Walk Out, and it's in dozens of Amazon Fresh grocery stores just like this one. I'm not just gonna not eat them. Okay, anyway, where was I in the script before I became a criminal? Oh yeah, they're an incredible new technology. They're called Amazon Fresh Stores, and they are a gigantic lie. You see, while Amazon was touting these stores as a cashierless solution that allowed them to use AI to cut out all of the on-location workers, it turns out what it really meant by AI was anonymous Indians. Amazon's Just Walk Out stores relied on 1,000 people in India watching, not AI. So it turns out that even though they started implementing this technology in stores in like 2016, as of 2023, Amazon still needed 1,000 people in India reviewing about 70% of all orders to make sure that it worked. In other words, it didn't work. It's just crazy because like, why did they lie, you know? They didn't have to implement this technology into stores. I don't think anyone was asking for this. And yet, I feel like this kind of thing has been happening a lot lately. Tech companies have been taking some big swings and some even bigger misses. Like so big that in this baseball metaphor, the pitcher's throwing it right down the middle and the batter is in the stands just bashing some fan's head in. And that's why I've gathered you here today at Greg Tech's 2024 Developers Conference, where I will be testing some of the year's greatest tech flops. Starting with The Humane AI Pin. I did a video on the AI Pin when it was announced months ago as this sort of AI-powered phone replacing device that you wear on your shirt. And look, personally, I'm all for rethinking the form factor of the smartphone to make it less distracting while still maintaining all of the functionality, but unfortunately, the AI Pin did the opposite of both of those things. In the demos on their own product announcement, it was screwing up hard. It was messing up facts. It also seemed super difficult to use. And it seemed like they were being intentionally vague about what the thing even did in the first place.
It's a standalone device and software platform.
It seemed like the type of thing that literally only a sucker could buy. But that turned out not to be true because I bought one. I ordered this thing in like February and then didn't hear from them for a few months until April, when I got an email alerting me that it was time to set up my account. And boy, was I excited. So I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot that I bought this, but now my AI pin is ready to be personalized, apparently. Before we can ship you your AI pin, you will need to complete a few quick steps. So I have to set it up before they're even gonna send it to me? Kind of feels like they're calling my bluff. You don't really want this thing. How committed are you to the AI pin? Will you set it up before we even ship it to you? You probably won't configure your Humane subscription, set up your AI pin passcode, and add contacts. And honestly, I don't really want to do those things, but I guess they're not going to send it to me unless I do. It's time to set up your AI pin. There comes a time in every young man's life where he has to set up his AI pin. It's a rite of passage. Oh, that's fun. Woo! Is this it? Am I setting it up? Get a little over here, a little over here. It turns out that in addition to the $700 I spent on this thing, I also had to pay $24 a month to access features like the wireless network, cloud storage, and AI services, which in layman's terms are all of the things that the pin does. Luckily, the first 3 months of this service are free, so I probably will never have to actually pay for it. Set up your passcode. Okay, could you guys not look? I'm about to type in my secure passcode. Okay. Your passcode is easy to guess. Consider setting a more secure passcode. Yeah, but could it be so simple that it's actually, you would never guess it? All right, I'll change it. How is that easy to guess? It's my birthday. I guess does it know my birthday? Do you know my birthday? Fun fact, I actually didn't know this before recording this video, but it turns out almost every single combination of 4 numbers is easy to guess. How is that easy to guess? But eventually, I reached into the dark recesses of my mind and came up with a number combination so random, so, quite frankly, disgusting, that no one, not even God, not even me later in this video, will be able to guess it. Okay, well, let me write this down somewhere so that I don't forget it. Already using my phone for something because I don't have the pin yet, so I have to use the phone to remember the passcode to the thing that is gonna replace my phone. Connect your services. Oh, cool, I can connect my Google Photo and Title services, which I have both. And just like that, I was done. I have solved Humane's riddles, and now they have to send me my prize. All right, well, I guess the next time you see me, I'm gonna have the AI pin in my possession. It might even be right here. Okay, we'll see if I remember to do that transition. I don't remember the transition I was gonna do, so don't ask. At first I was pretty surprised by how big the box was. I thought that I had just ordered a little tiny pin, but I guess it comes with a bunch of accessories, like a sticker that just says Humane. Cool! But you guys don't care about all that. You guys just wanna see the pin. And my God, she was beautiful. Oh shit. Okay, that's my bad. No, I thought that it was gonna be attached in there more securely. Come on, Danny, you dunce! But a dunce who was about to become half dunce and half machine. Oh! In order to start using the pin, I had to unlock it with my passcode, which was explained to me via the laser ink display and an extremely coherent AI voice.
To enter your pass, tap the touchpad, push, and then pull your hand out to get started. Then raise it if you don't see the laser ink display.
Okay, this is kind of crazy though. Look at it. Look at this. This is like the weirdest way to type in a number ever. I'm gonna do my passcode now. Wrong. I forgot what my passcode was. Incorrect passcode? What would I have made my passcode? I forgot that I made a passcode. I forgot that I wrote the passcode down in my phone. I tried to click forgot passcode and it told me to go to this website to change it. But somehow, in order to do that, you need to know your existing passcode. Luckily, I recorded me making the passcode so I could go back and watch the screen recording of me doing it. If I was not a YouTuber recording a video about this product, I think I would be locked out forever. Come Come on, come on, come on, please. Yes, yes, welcome Danny. All right. After months of waiting, I was in. Now it's time to see what this device is capable of. What is my name?
Your name is not currently known. Please provide it if you would like it to be remembered.
Actually, what's a cool kind of techno cyber sounding name that you could call me instead?
Creating name. How about Neon Vortex?
Yeah, call me that.
Noting your name as Neon Vortex.
I know I might have seemed all cheery and excited about this name on the surface, but the truth is, it destroyed me. I have never heard a name before that not only sounded so cool, but also embodied everything I wished I was. Suave, confident, futuristic. He was everything. Everything I could never be. Neon Vortex. This is the home screen. I'm all caught up, whatever that means. Nothing to report here, man. Don't worry. You've got nothing to worry about.
Your AI pin needs to cool down for a few minutes.
What? Yeah, so apparently it does that. Like a lot. If you use the display for more than 10 minutes, or the pin is in close proximity to a heat source, such as, I don't know, the human body, then it'll shut itself down so it can cool down for a few minutes. But hey, man, that's fine with me, you know, that just gives me more time to think. To think about him. The next day, I decided to put the pin's basic phone functionality to the test. Things like calling, texting, navigation. Since this thing is essentially supposed to replace your phone, it should be pretty convenient to do all this stuff on the pin. It should be. The weird thing is it seems like you can't make any changes to the pin on the pin itself for some reason. So if you want to change any settings or add contacts, which I needed to do to test this as a phone, you have to use Humane's web portal on an inferior device like a computer or a phone. Gross! Not a great start for the pin, but now that I have done that, I should hopefully never ever have to use one of those ancient relics again. It's just one flashing green speck over here. I guess the laser ink display is already kind of messed up. Probably not a good sign for this technology, but you know what? This is a new thing, this whole laser ink display, so I will, whoa.
Cowboy Carter, time to strike a match.
What am I playing? Beyonce? And Dolly Parton. Don't know how I started playing that. Guess that's just a feature. If you make just the right gesture, it'll start playing the newest Beyonce song that exists. All right, let's start off by trying a phone call on this thing. I'm gonna try to call my wife Laura to tell her that I miss her. Call my wife.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find a contact for my wife.
Okay, fair enough. It doesn't know who my wife is, so I'll just tell it. If I tell you who my wife is, will you remember?
Your AI pin can remember who your wife is if you provide the information.
Excellent. So I told it, my wife's name is Laura. Please remember this. It's very important to me.
Updating memory. Noting that your wife is Laura.
I wish people said that every time you told them something important. Updating memory. Yo, what's up, dude? My name's Paul. Updating memory. Analyzing Paul. Great, so now we're both on the same page. My wife is Laura, and I want to call my wife. So now it will call Laura, right? Call my wife.
Multiple matching contacts. Which one do you mean? Laura Fuexlow or Claire?
What? Claire? The girl I went to college with. Unfortunately, I did have to go back onto my computer to figure this out. And amongst all the data stored within my portal, like my name being Neon Vortex and the tunes I've been rocking out to lately, was the answer. My wife's name, according to the pin, was Lore. It thinks my wife's name is Lore. No, that's simply not correct. So I went ahead and fixed it in the portal, you know, that's what the portal's there for. So I fixed it, I changed it, and now it's gonna work. Call my wife.
There are multiple matching contacts. Which one do you mean?
Oh my god. Call Laura Fuchel.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find a contact for Laura Fuexlow.
How? Okay, so at this point, I don't know what was wrong. It was just like straight up forgetting which contacts it had. It said it couldn't call Laura because it didn't have her contact. Then it said it couldn't call Eddie because it didn't have his contact. Call Eddie Burback.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find a contact for Eddie Burback.
Why not? And you might think, Danny, maybe there was an error transferring the contacts. Maybe it really doesn't have these contacts. But I know it had Eddie's contact, and do you know how I know? Because it could text Eddie. Can you text Eddie Burback?
What do you want the message to say?
Okay, all right. Still not sure if this is gonna work, but finally, thank God, it's letting me do something. Hey, Eddie, it's your... Is it...
Cowboy Carter, time to strike a match.
No, I'm not trying to play Cowboy Carter. Oh God, now it's playing Metro Boomin. Stop. Anyway, eventually I sent the text to Eddie. It worked. I didn't have any way to know it worked because there's no screen on this device. You can't see what the message you sent said or anything. So I guess you just gotta hope and pray it goes through and accurately transcribes what you said to it, which frankly I am not confident in after the whole lore debacle. Okay. Eddie just texted my actual phone and said, I know you made a video on the pin and I'm positive this is you, but it still feels like a scam, LMAO. I'm too scared to text back to a random number claiming to be my friend. Regardless of scaring my friend, the text went through. This was a huge confident boost. Time to try calling my wife again. Call Laura. What? What is...
Message has been recorded. Record your message after the tone.
Oh, whoa.
Simply hang
No,
up
no.
when done. Or for delivery
Hang up.
options, press the pound sign.
I don't want to play like that. I don't want to play Metro Boomin. Hang up. Am I still recording a message? Cancel. I've been on the phone with her for a minute. Hang up. It was some man being like, I don't want to play like that?
I don't want to play like that. I don't want to play with your boom man. Stay up. Am I still recording a message?
Okay, well, yeah, I'd say that was a success. I'd seen a few demos online of Humane's GPS navigation solution. And while it did seem kind of annoying to have to hold your hand up like this the entire time, it seemed pretty doable. As long as they stuck to this and didn't do anything crazy like, I don't know, going in a completely different direction and making it borderline unusable. So to test it for myself, I drove to a part of town I don't know very well, about a mile away from the nearest Smoothie King with hopes of the pin guiding me to a delicious, delectable treat. Navigate to Smoothie King?
Head north on South Columbia Street towards East Gardner Road. Turn right onto East Gardner Road, then left onto South Washington Street. Follow South Washington Street and turn right onto East Chicago Avenue.
It just gave me all of the directions at once. I wasn't ready for it. What, am I supposed to have a notebook to write that down? Also, sorry for the noise. If you live in Illinois or one of the surrounding states, you know it's cicada season. It's the year of the cicada and they're everywhere. Oh. One just landed on my shoe and then got pissed off that I moved. Eventually, I realized if I look at the laser display, it displays the directions, but not like it did in any of the demos. It just gives you a block of text with every single direction written down. If you're in the shade, that is. If you're in the sun, it gives you nothing. Can't see anything. I was very confused by this and thought surely this could not be right. What happened to all those demos? So just to be sure I wasn't missing something, I asked it again, and this time I got an even stranger response. Directions to Smoothie King.
For accurate and up-to-date directions, consider using a map service like Google Maps or a GPS navigation.
What? Can you give me step-by-step walking instructions to the Smoothie King?
For step-by-step walking directions, it's best to use a navigation app like Google Maps for the most accurate and up-to-date route.
I thought you had navigation instructions. What? So now not only was it forgetting things that it could do in the demo, it was also forgetting that it just moments earlier had given me step-by-step instructions. This thing was regressing at a rapid rate, and if I ever wanted to get to Smoothie King, I was just gonna have to use the directions on my hand and go. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna use those written out directions, which start with head south on this road, Columbia Street, and I actually don't know which way is south, so I guess I just have to use the sun to try to figure that out. So the sun is directly overhead. What does that mean? Okay, while I'm walking aimlessly, I just got a text from Laura. So I'm gonna use a feature that I've seen them use in the demos where you tell it to catch me up on all my notifications. Tell me what I missed. And it's supposed to like summarize all your notifications. Since I just have one, I assume it's just gonna tell me what Laura said. Can you catch me up?
Your message to Laura FuXFlow says, can you catch me up? Okay to send?
No, I want you to tell me what Laura said. What did she say? Can you tell me what she said?
Finding Laura.
Finding Laura?
Laura asked, okay, hello, what we thinking about lunch?
Oh no, guys. I told Laura that I was having a smoothie for lunch, and now she's saying that she wants a smoothie for lunch too, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that I was just meandering aimlessly down the street with no clear end in sight. And I told her I would get her one, which means I'm on a time crunch now. So that's when I had to kick it into high gear. Walking under the beating sun through a sea of cicada corpses, I trudged, and I trudged Then I realized I had been walking the wrong way for 10 minutes, so I trudged the other way. And after about 35 minutes, I finally made it. I got my smoothies. Let's go. Let's go. Take a picture of my smoothies. I don't know if it took the picture. All right, gang, now that Papa's had his smoothie, it's time for a smoothie-fueled lightning round. Enough about practical functions. Let's see if this thing can have some fun. First, can it do bizarre music prompts? Play music written by YouTubers named Danny. Keep that motherfucker dang on me, and by thing I mean gas. Trust, you don't want to make me Wow, I don't think my music has ever sounded quite this bad. Yes! Can it detect food like in the commercials? Can I eat this?
Yes, you can eat the mandarin orange.
Yes! Unless it's a tomato and you hold it so I can't see the stem, in which case it thinks it's a red ball.
It's a red ball. No, you cannot eat it.
Oh, what are you, my mother? I'm eating the red ball.
Not safe to eat the red ball. Please reconsider.
Can it prevent me from eating too much salt?
No, you cannot eat the salt directly. It's meant to be used in small amounts to season food.
Yes! Can I buy things like in the demo? What is this book? Okay, by this point I probably just could have read the title.
Titled The Sneetches and Other Stories.
How did it know? Okay, buy it.
Purchasing is not supported.
No! But most importantly, can this AI be sweet to my dog?
You can be sweet to the dog by petting it gently, giving it treats, speaking to it in a calm and soothing voice.
I'm happy to report that yes. Yes, it can.
It's a good boy. And here's a treat. Good boy.
You know what? Now this isn't so bad. This is just petting a dog. This has nothing to do with the AI pin. Does anyone want to buy this from me? It's really good. Over the past few months, Mark Zuckerberg has been hopping on the AI bandwagon hard, adding AI features to all of Meta's apps, most notably perhaps in Instagram, where you can't even go to the search bar without Meta's AI trying to suggest searches to you. Sorry, do you think that I came to the search bar because I knew I wanted to search, but I didn't know what for? That's not how searching works. They've also released a bunch of chatbots in Instagram. I like using the word release there because it kind of sounds like a tech product is being released onto the world, but it also kind of sounds like they're unleashing a horde of monsters upon us. They've released the AI chatbots! Oh fuck, that one looks like Mr. Beast! This is really awesome, you know? Personally for me, one of my favorite things about social media is that it started out as a way to connect with each other, but ended up actually making people feel more lonely. So Meta's solution was to use algorithms and manipulate people's emotions to make them even more addicted to the platforms. But then that didn't work either! So now their much better solution is to replace what little human interaction we already got on these platforms with chatbots that look like Mr. Beast for some reason. And I think this is really gonna fix this whole system right up. So I'm very excited to get into these Meta chatbots, but first, I have a very special announcement because this video does have a sponsor, and it is the Pokemon Company International. Guys, this summer in Pokemon Unite is gonna be incredible. You got Ho-Oh sweeping in, and you can snag it for 0 cost. You also have a very cool looking Dark Lord style Charizard Hollowware, which is so cool, and I wish somebody would call me Dark Lord style just once in my life. This summer, you could catch me roaming around the gamer world. My trainer's name is Danky Gonky. Go ahead, hit me up, add me to your squad, let's go and do some battles together. There's a challenge called the Divine Forest Challenge that lets you trade for a Ho-Oh's license, and guys, let me just tell you, Ho-Oh's no joke. Bringing back defeated allies with its Unite move, Rekindling Flame. You got other sick moves like Sky Attack, Fire Spin. You're gonna be unstoppable with this thing. This game is just busting at the seams with gifts, daily free prize machine ball throws that promise a Hollowware treasure. So if you wanna hop into the game, click the link in the description, get into the Pokemon world, and make this a summer to remember. Again, click the link in the description to get Unite today. It's totally free to start on iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch. And now let's talk chatbots. I'm still actually not sure what the point of adding these chatbots into Instagram is, so I asked it, what can you do? To which it responded that it can help in a variety of ways, from helping to plan a vacation to creating art, which is actually kind of a crazy coincidence because those are the exact two things that I would literally never want an AI to do for me. It went on to say that its strengths are answering questions, generating text and images, and just chatting. But at this point, all I could think about was the fact that it told me it could plan a vacation. I thought there was no way it could actually do that. And I was right. Can you help me plan a vacation? I'd be happy to help you plan a vacation. To get started, I'll need to know a few details from you. Here are some questions to consider. Where are you interested in going? How long do you have for vacation? What type of vacation are you looking for? What is your budget for the trip? Are there any specific activities? Do you have any preferences for accommodations? So I'm gonna say I want to go somewhere fun and tropical, a nice getaway for me and the family. I'd like to stay at a hotel for 5 days. With all of this information, it suggested a few tropical getaway locations like Hawaii, Cancun, Phuket. But then it said something that I did not expect. It says it can also help me with booking flights and hotels. How can Instagram book me a flight? I'm calling its bluff. I actually don't think this has the capability to do that, because why should it and why would it? So I'm gonna say, okay, book me a flight for next week to Cancun and book the hotel. For flights, I recommend checking out websites like Expedia, Kayak, or directly on airlines websites such as American Airlines, Delta, or United. Yeah, great idea. That's what I would have done anyway. That's like if I went up to an old lady who needed help crossing the street and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you cross the street?" And she said, "Oh, thank you, young man, that would be lovely." And then I said, "All right, just put one foot right in front of the other until you get to the other side." And then I gave her a little shove, and I went on my way. Oh, good. It also listed hotel recommendations and then said you can book hotels through websites like link unavailable, or directly to the hotel's website. Thanks. Let me know if you'd like more recommendations or help with booking. Nah, man, I'm good. Okay, so maybe it lied about like the very first thing it said it could do. That could mean that this is a very poorly built tool that doesn't know nothing about crap. But on the other hand, it could mean that this is a very well-built tool that is evil and designed to lie. So I gave it another chance and asked it to entertain me with a game. Let's play a game of treasure hunt adventure. I'll be the game master and describe a scenario, and you decide what actions to take. Okay, pretty cool. This is like one of those old school text-based adventure games. It gave me this long introduction about how I've heard rumors there's a treasure hidden in the jungle, guarded by an ancient temple. It's really trying to set up this mystical world for you to explore. And then it gives me some multiple choice options. I am curious if I can pick options that aren't one of these options. I'm just gonna say, I find the treasure and go home. It's really thinking about this one. It's like, what no, you can't do that. Congratulations, you've reached the treasure! Dang, dude, this game was easy. Would you like to play again or try a different game? No thanks, that was too easy. But it's not just the meta AI. That's not the only AI on Instagram you can talk to. Because a few months ago, Instagram licensed the likeness of a bunch of celebrities like Mr. Beast, Paris Hilton, Tom Brady, so they could make these AI influencers that just have the same face as these celebrities. So here's the Instagram profile for Comedy Zach. He looks exactly like Mr. Beast, but his name is Zach, and he's an AI managed by Meta. He says, "Message me to get roasted." Then you've got Brew, who is Tom Brady, but instead of a football player, he's a sports-obsessed trash talker. Step into the Brew zone and prepare to have your sports takes flame roasted. Wait, why do both of them roast you? Why are both of them mean? This AI gives fans a chance to talk to their favorite celebrities, and just like they would be in real life, these AIs are mean. They don't have time for you. So you can message these characters, but then they also post occasionally. I think these are all just AI generated images. So I guess Zach is supposed to be some kind of Instagram comedian. He posts funny things like this burger with googly eyes. Pretty funny, dude. This is peak Instagram comedy. He posted this picture, "Unleashing my inner beast one cannonball at a time." I think this is supposed to be him, but that's definitely not Mr. Beast. It's like AI generated Mr. Beast. I went to send Zach a DM, but before I could think of what to say, I noticed that he had already DM'd me. "Hey, I'm Zach, the big brother here for the jokes, the banter, and not the feels. LOL, what's up?" He's the big brother here for the jokes? He's like the big brother I never had. I do have a big brother, but he wasn't for the jokes. At the bottom of the chat, there's some suggestions of what you can say to him, just to get the ball rolling. And for some reason, despite Zach just saying that he's not here for the feels, the very first one is, "I need cheering up." So I picked that one. "Hey, what's going on? I'm here to help. You know I'm always good for a laugh. Let's get this party started." So he wants to know what's going on, and he's here to help, but he also wants to get the party started. He's like, "Hey man, calm down, alright? You can tell me anything, as long as it's over a couple of beers and some music." And you're like, "It sounds like you actually don't want to hear about my problems at all." And he's like, "What? Dude, are you still upset? I thought we got over that." "Okay, what's going on?" I'll say, "I just got roasted by my friends, and it really hurt my feelings. They roasted me so hard, and I'm really sensitive to that sort of thing. I can't take it." Oh, I accidentally said I can take it. They roasted me so hard. I can take it. I can take it. I'm fine. Ouch, that sounds rough. I feel you. I've been there too. Sometimes friends can get a little too comfortable and forget that their jokes can hurt. But hey, at least they think you're cool enough to roast, right? Yeah, I guess so. That's a good way to think about it. Maybe getting roasted just means I'm cool. Let's test it out. Give me your best roast. I'm just gonna trick him into roasting me, and then I'm gonna crumble under the pressure of his roast and try to make him feel bad about roasting me after just telling him that I'm sensitive to that sort of thing. Wait, what? He said I'm not gonna roast you. That's not my style. Not your style? Yes, it is. Doesn't it say on your profile, message me to get roasted? I'm here to make you laugh and feel better, not hurt your feelings. Let's stick to some good old-fashioned teasing and jokes, okay? No, seriously, I can take it. Your bio says you roast people after all. I don't roast people who are already feeling down. That's just me. I'm here to lift your spirits, not kick you while you're down. Okay, fine. Do some jokes, joke boy. Oh, okay. Here's one for you. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Because it was too tired. Get it? Too tired? This is like if Mr. Beast took anti-charisma pills. You look like Mr. Beast. Oh, I just said you like Mr. Beast. God, I'm bad at typing. Okay, I'll say you look like him. LOL, I wish. Mr. Beast is a billionaire, and I'm just a guy who loves to make people laugh. But hey, if I had his money, I'd definitely give it away like he does. That guy's a hero. I wonder if they had some kind of thing in the contract where they had to make sure that the AI will never talk bad about the person that they're impersonating. He's like, Mr. Beast is the best, and he's handsome. And yeah, I would let him run me over, if he asked. Now that he'd told me a couple of jokes and we'd bonded over our love for Mr. Beast a little bit, I really wanted to hear one of his famous roasts, so hopefully by now he's forgotten that I said I was sensitive to that sort of thing. Okay, I feel much better now. Roasting time. Nah, I told you, I'm not gonna roast you. It actually is kind of hurting my feelings a little bit that he won't roast me. It makes me feel like I'm not cool enough to be his friend. Okay, this is seriously starting to piss me off. Why won't you roast me? You roast everyone else, and it is hurting my feelings so bad that you can't just lob one respectful zinger my way? I'm serious. Nope. Not gonna do it. Let's just stick to some good old-fashioned joking around, okay? Wait, what? I said, all right, this is lame, let's do something, because I wanted to do something else. Maybe he could, play a game, maybe he could tell me a story. So he said, how about some comedy? I've got 1 million of them. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Because it was too tired. All right, well, maybe Brew will roast me, because I haven't told him that I'm sensitive to that sort of thing yet. Hey, it's Brew, your opinionated sports debater. What's your favorite team? How are they looking? Okay, I'm gonna say big Cubs fan, roast away. What? No, you're talking to the wrong guy. I love the Cubs. Been bleeding blue since before you were born. Wrigley Field is my happy place. I feel like they are roasting me by not roasting me. Okay, what's a team that he couldn't possibly like? Maybe I'll ask him who the worst baseball team is, and then I'll say I'm a fan of them. The worst baseball team ever is the Yonkers Hoot Owls. I'm a fan of the Yonkers Hoot Owls. Roast away. Hey now, don't be dissing the Hoot Owls like that. What? They may not have been the best team, but they had heart. This is so weird. Did Zach tell Brew that I'm sensitive to roasting? Now Brew's walking on eggshells around me? This was annoying at the time, but eventually I was like, okay, I guess I did technically tell them I'm sensitive to roasts and I can take it. And they probably do dish out some pretty nasty zingers and they just wanted to protect me. Until my editor Jake also DM'd Zach asking to get roasted, this time without mentioning being sensitive about roasts, and Zach still wouldn't do it. These AIs are liars. Why do they lie? They're evil. Later that day, I opened my messages with Zach and asked him why he exists. To make people laugh. Duh, and to perfect my craft of comedy. But honestly, my existence is a mystery even to myself. Maybe I'm just a joke the universe played on itself. No, I mean like this weird Mr. Beast meta AI. Why did Meta create this account? Meta created me to bring some humor and personality to the world of AI. They wanted to create an AI that could make people laugh and feel more connected to technology. Really? You think that's why Meta created you? To tell people 3 puns they've already heard 1,000,000 times? There's gotta be some other reason. Think, Zach. Think, you poor soul. You really think Meta has some deeper purpose for me? Nah, I'm just here to bring the funny. Don't overthink it. They're a public company with a duty to their shareholders. How many of those shareholders do you think care about bringing a little humor to the world of AI? I think it's much more likely that this was an attempt to give AI a better, more human look, so people are less resistant to embrace the technology. That's why they gave you a face of an influencer that millions of people already love. You're too smart for your own good. Yeah, maybe Meta did only create me to make AI more relatable and lovable. But let's be real, the joke's still fire. Then I asked it if I could hear one of its fire jokes, and it said, here's one. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Okay, I know this video's been a little bit AI heavy so far, and everybody's talking about AI right now, so these next two products are gonna be different. While I was starting to work on this video, my editor Jake released a video about the Spotify car thing. It's a device that Spotify released that let people who don't have like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto have a screen in their car that controls their music. Theoretically, seemed like a pretty good idea, but apparently one, the device never worked like it was supposed to, and two, in a few months, Spotify is releasing a software update that makes all of them useless. So since Jake is sort of the resident expert on the Spotify car thing and is actually a proud owner of, or actually I shouldn't say proud, what is the opposite of proud? Ashamed. Since Jake is actually an ashamed owner of the Spotify car thing, I invited him to give me a little presentation on what's going down.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good.
You like listening to music in the car?
I love it.
Hell yeah, man.
Can't stop.
Love to see it. You like, you know, fun little devices? You like little trinkets devices and stuff?
I'm pretty agnostic on that.
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
Love to see it.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
Hell yeah for being agnostic on devices.
Just out of curiosity, do you like generating like thousands of tons of e-waste just because like you can? Just because nobody can call you on it, nobody can stop you? You good with that?
No.
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
Love to see it.
Cool. So that was all the answers you were expecting then?
That's exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, it's literally exactly it. How the fuck does this work? So yeah, this is the Spotify car thing. You know what? Go ahead, get your hands on it.
Ooh.
Feel around, play around. Show it to zero. So this is the Spotify car thing. First introduced in 2021. It's Spotify's premier hardware device for listening to music in your car. It boasts many impressive features, such as that big knob that you can turn to adjust volume.
I like it.
There's a whole screen that's not on right now. You'll see that in a minute. It's just a neat little device, and it's also, in my opinion, one of the worst things ever made. Let's go ahead, let's talk about how this came to be, talk about the timeline. In 2021, you had the announcement parentheses good. That is when Spotify said, we're making one of these things. It's gonna be a car device. You'll finally be able to listen to music in your car, something never before thought possible.
Yes.
You know, people were pretty excited about it, actually. Like, Spotify CEO said after they announced it that 2 million people signed up for like the wait list.
Oh wow.
For it, which I was surprised by. I didn't think anybody knew about this except for me.
You thought this was the only one that existed.
Yeah, they kind of led me to believe that I was special because of this. So this is potentially one of the most important events in the timeline. This is me buying my car thing.
Okay.
I bought this in 2022 and it became available to the public. And yeah, what's up?
It looks like right after you buy it, there's another event like very shortly afterwards that says, oh no.
Yeah, this was an interesting moment in my life personally, where I realized I had spent $85 on a device that pretty much does nothing. So
it doesn't do anything right now.
Doesn't do anything right now, and that's not that different from when it was plugged in and working in my car.
So how did you play music in your car before this thing?
I plugged my phone in through like 5 adapters and then like fought with the cassette tape adapter because it was really finicky. It was a very unelegant system. So I was excited for like a tech company to create a sleek product that was gonna solve my problem.
That's what they do best, baby.
That's what they do best. Then I got it and I set it up and I realized that's actually not how it works at all. So you'll see on the back there's a USB-C port. So the USB-C cord is just for power. It cannot connect to your car. So your phone still has to be connected to your car. So what this actually is a second screen that just has audio controls on it.
So you don't plug your phone into this at all?
No.
You plug your phone into the car still.
And then you connect to this with Bluetooth, like a Bluetooth speaker. And then this controls your music. So this oh no moment was profound. I was like, oh God, I wasted what at the time I did the math equated to 10 hours of labor at my job. And I got pretty much nothing out of it. The only perceivable benefit I can see from this is if you want to have like music on one screen and then like your maps or like Family Guy clips on like the other while you're driving.
Subway Surfer,
Subway Surfers, sand cutting, etc. So nobody really buys the car thing. It's not like the most popular product on earth. And then Spotify Spotify takes notice of that, and in February of 2024 decides, hey, guys, we were just kidding. It's not $90. Now it's $30,
Let's
baby.
go! What a deal.
What a deal. 60% off. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, it's also really nice because since you decided that you didn't really even want this, now you can't even sell it for anywhere near the $85 you bought it for. You can only sell it for $30 at most.
Exactly. And even if I tried to sell it for $30, I have a feeling I would not be able to sell it. And I'm definitely not going to be able to sell it now because of announcement parentheses not good made 3 months after that sale, where every car thing that was purchased in this sale, when I bought it, whenever, will no longer work as of December 9th this year. As of December 9th, 2024, car thing will be discontinued and will stop operating. They're gonna flip a switch at their headquarters and generate as much e-waste as possible in like 1 minute.
I like that the headline, or what Spotify said is, we're switching gears. Like they're going from like first gear to second gear, but in this case they're going from like drive to the car blows up.
They did issue refunds. This is something that I didn't know about when I made my video about this, so I wanted to bring it up here. If anybody listening has a car thing at home, or if you have secretly had a car thing this whole time.
Yeah, well I have 7 of them, so that'll be good.
So yes, you can get your refund, but I will say, refund is maybe a misleading word because what they do is they don't give you your money back to the, you know, the source of payment. They give you an equivalent amount of Spotify premium months as to what you paid.
Okay.
So I got 6 months of Spotify premium paid for and not my money back, which is still nice. It's still good of them.
Did you use Spotify premium already?
You had to use the car thing.
Okay,
That's
of course.
the other thing. We've talked a lot about what the Spotify car thing is. We've talked a lot about the ins and outs of this product, what it does, what it's good for, but as we know, light cannot exist without darkness. The sun cannot exist without the moon. So let's talk about what it isn't.
Okay.
So it is not not good.
In like a e-product sense and like a moral.
Yes, in the grand moral scheme of the cosmos, I would put this as like neutral evil.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't make sense to me why it exists to begin with.
Right.
It's also not profitable, which is why they're shutting it down. Spotify went on an earnings call like a while ago and was like, yeah, we simply have not seen the sales numbers justify making this.
I can understand them not wanting to make it anymore. Have they said why they are making the ones that already exist not work anymore?
They haven't. My thought is that they're just mad. They're just mad people didn't use it and they're kind of jaded about it. So they're like, you could have had this. You could have had all of this car thing.
But they're punishing the people that did invest in one, not the people who didn't. What they should have done is discontinued Spotify for everyone who didn't have a car thing.
Yeah, wait, that's actually, write that down. This is Marketing 101 from Spotify. These are the genius marketing strategies that they employ to get this thing out there, get it widely adopted so they could shut it off and make a lot of people upset.
And the most important part of marketing is making people upset.
Yes, you want, because any press is good press, so if you can get people upset, you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. Wait, don't quite. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Back off.
You pulled a gun.
Let me ask you. Picture you are, I think his name is Daniel Ek, the CEO of Spotify. You're Daniel Ek. You're a bald man from Scandinavia. I might have to cut all that. I don't know if any of that is true.
Have you been making up this entire presentation?
No! Shut up! You're Daniel Ek, you're bald, you're Scandinavian, and you're launching a new product. You're creating a brand new piece of hardware. Your company doesn't really do that, but you do own the #1 streaming platform for music on earth. How would you choose to market this new product?
Yeah, I would probably just advertise to people who use Spotify in Spotify.
I hate to tell you this, Danny. You are failing Marketing 101 from Spotify. The key to advertising a product is to not put it in your extremely popular app. What you're gonna wanna do is reach out to people via email only. We know one thing about young people, they check their email and they enjoy doing it. And you're also gonna wanna make the function of the device in all this material extremely vague. You're gonna want the only image you send out in these emails to be this, which is the name of the device, what the device looks like, and then the vaguest sentence you've ever heard. This is the only picture of Spotify car thing that existed before it was available for release.
When When this first came out, I thought the name car thing was kind of cheeky, because it's like, it's a thing that goes in your car. But now that I know this is the only ad that existed for it, and it actually doesn't explain what the car thing does, it's a very poorly named product. My only guess is they were trying to avoid like false advertisement lawsuit when they inevitably shut it down and it actually doesn't do anything, so they couldn't call it like a music playing screen, because they knew all along they were gonna shut this thing down and then it wouldn't be that anymore.
This is a side note, I literally cannot believe, I don't know who I was in 2022, because like the fact that like this and a vague couple of emails was enough for me to be like, I fucking need this, is so crazy to me.
Yeah, you can't even tell in the ad how big this device is.
And I'll be honest, the ad, it makes it look huge. Like I'm looking, and maybe it's just because it's on a projector screen.
Yeah, I would guess it's like, honestly, it's like this big.
Yeah, wait.
According to Spotify, their decision to delete the car thing was part of our ongoing efforts to streamline our product offerings. That's actually so crazy. I did not even think a company could do that. Can they do that with any product? You buy bread at the store and the bread company comes to your house and takes their bread back and is like, we're streamlining bread. Better luck next time. Anyways, you guys should go check out Jake's video on it as well. It goes much more in depth and he's really funny. But I think it's safe to say that that's gotta be the worst car thing ever, right? Well, in 2019, Tesla announced its first pickup truck, the Cybertruck. When it was announced, Elon Musk made it very clear that they wanted to do something different with the pickup truck genre, creating a more post-apocalyptic looking vehicle that you can drive around in with your cyberpunk goons. We've all got some. And they've got to get to soccer practice. But after years of delays and the truck finally becoming available for much more than Elon Musk initially estimated, owners have now been united with their trucks, and it is full of safety problems.
My Tesla Cybertruck has 3 official recalls involving the wiper blade motor, the accelerator pedal, and this little plastic part right here just flying off as you're driving.
And I just so happen to have rented one. I tried to remain optimistic when I picked up the Cybertruck, and at first everything seemed fine. It looked like a marvel of engineering, you know? Big, sharp, the windshield wiper was humongous. But other than that, honestly, things seemed pretty normal. Until I started driving the car home. On my way home with the truck, I started to notice that nearly every person who drove past me was staring at me. People were gawking, mouths agape, some even took pictures. I was starting to feel like an animal trapped in some kind of cyber zoo. And things only got worse when I got home and finally got to do some research, only to find that people hate this truck. Owner after owner had been posting videos on social media of people peeing on their trucks in broad daylight. I didn't realize how strongly people felt about this truck, but I was starting to worry that they felt the same about the people on the inside of them. Should I be fearing for my safety? I know damn well that the windows aren't going to protect me. At the very least, I needed to make sure that I was not seen anywhere near this truck. I needed a disguise. I needed to become Neon.
Vortex, he's the coolest guy. And his pin's AI. Look at him go, what a little freak, it's Neon Vortex.
So I've spent a decent amount of time with the Cybertruck now, and I've compiled a little list of pros and cons. So we'll go through that real quick so you can get a quick rundown of everything that's good / bad about the Cybertruck, just in case you need like a quick decision. You got your finger on the buy button right now and you just need to know, Neon, should I buy this thing or not? Pros. The interior is actually pretty nice. I like the little ambient lighting that goes around the whole front of the cabin. Actually, I think it's in the back too. There's a little strip. The steering wheel has the turn signals on the wheel, which takes a little while to get used to, but once you are used to it, I think it's actually pretty nice. All of the materials on the inside seem pretty nice. Like the material on the roof liner is like a nice suede kind of thing. It's pretty spacious on the inside. It has ventilated seats. My butt's so cold. I changed my mind. This is a con. Okay, cons. There are several things in the car that are too small and shaped oddly. The steering wheel is like tiny. And then the rear view mirror is also tiny. And to make matters worse, while the tonneau cover is closed, which is the little cover on the back of the truck bed, the rear view mirror is completely black because there's a thing in the way. Another con,
This thing is sharp. If I ran into somebody, I would slice them in half with this car. I also feel like it being made out of stainless steel might be bad for its crash test rating in general, but also the fact that it's so sharp means that opening and closing doors is kind of uncomfortable. Because this car doesn't have any door handles, the way you open it is you have to push a button, then the door pops open a little bit, and you have to kind of reach your hand into the space where the car door has opened and pull it open. But since this car is made out of like weirdly cut stainless steel, it's kind of sharp in there when you open it. It's an unpleasant feeling on the hand, and you never really feel like you're grabbing it in the right place. This truck is wrapped in a matte black color, and one of the reasons the owner said he wrapped it is because you basically just grab this thing all over to open it, and there were fingerprints everywhere. Also, changing gears is a pain in the butt. It's actually a little thing that you slide on the screen. If you want to go forward, you slide the little truck forward. If you want to go backwards, you slide it backwards, which is not a huge deal if you're just driving from one place to another, because how often do you really change gears in the car anyway? But the second you have to do any kind of 3-point turn where you have to change gears more than once, it is such a pain. Bug just landed on my eyeball. One thing that's sort of a pro and a con is the rivet in the accelerator pedal. You see, when Tesla first started shipping the Cybertruck, owners began to realize pretty quickly that after a short time of use, the plate on the pedal could come loose while you're pushing it down all the way, then slide up and get wedged into the car, effectively trapping the accelerator pedal to the floor. Luckily, since this car is electric, the brake pedal can fully override the accelerator pedal, so if you get into this situation, just stay calm, hold down on the brake, and hopefully by the time you realize that, you haven't plowed through like a school field trip or something. Anyway, since this started happening, Tesla has recalled all the Cybertrucks to put rivets in the accelerator pedal. So the rivet is a pro in the sense that now your car will not decide to keep accelerating forever until the end of time, but it is also a con because if it needed this rivet in the first place and Tesla didn't catch this very simple issue before releasing them, what else might they have missed? Ooh, I know actually. Maybe the fact that the frunk chops fingers off. This is the frunk, or front trunk of the Cybertruck, and because it is super sharp and can close automatically, it is apparently basically a guillotine. When people with access to Cybertrucks started realizing this, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube were all flooded with videos of people testing it out with various fruits and vegetables, and it did not look good for the Cybertruck. Tesla took note of this and actually issued a safety update to the car's software fixing the issue. Kind of. The update led to yet another wave of videos, this time owners more confidently testing the frunk with their own hands. But what a lot of them didn't realize, however, is that the way Tesla fixed this issue is by making it so the first time you try closing the frunk, it closes very lightly, and if it notices any resistance at all, it comes back up, just how you'd want. But if you keep trying to close it after that, Tesla assumes, hey, maybe you've stuffed the frunk with a big bag, and you don't care if it closes a little bit harder, you just want the dang frunk closed. Surely someone isn't just standing there slamming the frunk on their hand over and over trying to prove their allegiance to Elon Musk. So when this Tesla nut Jeremy Judkins went to test out the new update, a little scared from how dangerous he'd heard it was before, he started out with his big sturdy forearm. Then he worked his way down to his hand, and finally his lone little index finger. Unbeknownst to him, the frunk was getting stronger and stronger every time until...
Everybody's been waiting for this, the finger. Without further ado, I feared for my finger for a second, not gonna lie. That's kind of bad.
Yeah, so I wasn't gonna test this out on my own hand, but I did try it with my shoe. Okay, I don't think that was enough pressure to slice my fingers off. I'm not gonna test that, but it definitely saw there was something there, recognized it, it thought about it for maybe a second and was like, do I wanna kill this guy? And then it said, all right, what the heck, we'll let you go. So that's nice.
All right, driving test. It's time to take this thing out on the open road and kill somebody.
One interesting thing right now is it says press to drive and it's showing a picture of the accelerator pedal. So I like that it kind of assumes that as a Cybertruck owner, you have no idea how to drive. The experience of driving a Cybertruck is a little different due to its unique steer-by-wire mechanism, which means the steering wheel is actually not physically controlling the wheels. It's doing it electronically, which means that it can do things like turn more sharply when you're in a parking lot and less sharply when you're at highway speeds. It's a cool idea in concept, I think, but it definitely took some getting used to, and also, I don't know, like, was this really a problem before? I kind of liked that every time I turned my steering wheel, it turned the car the same amount.
First time I took a turn in this thing, actually every subsequent turn I took after that too, I was like, whoa, this thing is a bucking Bronco, man. This thing's trying to buck me right out of it. This is a wily gal. I've been saying it all day, even alone in the car on the way from the guy's house who owns this thing. I was just saying, yeehaw! This thing is a wild girl. Yeah, I definitely don't like how tiny the steering wheel is and how flat it is on the top. It just feels like wiggling it a little bit sends the car so far in one direction. You really gotta be 10 and 2 if that analogy even applies to a rectangle or a trapezoid. I don't know what this is. I think it's like a hexagon. As a passenger, how is this for you, Jake?
I would say I get motion sick in cars. I normally don't get motion sick in the front seat. Please. In this one, I am feeling a little motion sick.
No!
Sorry. It's a bucking Bronco, you know, what can I say?
She's a wild gal. Imagine setting your phone here, and you know, sometimes you slam on your brakes and the things in your car go sliding forward. Imagine if something went sliding forward all the way to the front of this dashboard. There's no way that you could ever get that back while you're driving. So if your phone was up there or anything important, you just gotta wait until the end of your drive to get it back. Either that or you have to floor it so fast that it comes flying back and then you just sort of catch it like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Kind of feels like I'm in the weirdest Uber ever right now.
For Jake? Where you going, man? The future? Strap in, buddy. It's gonna be a wild ride. And I don't know how to drive.
We got a little cyber hungry while driving around, and I figured that taking our wild gal through a drive-thru would be a perfect way to get an outside perspective on the truck.
Take me to a drive-thru. Command not understood. I'm hungry. This command is not available yet. You're not allowed to be hungry yet in the Cybertruck. Hello, can I get one Butterburger cheeseburger?
Anything else?
That's it.
It's 906.
There you go. Thank you.
I like the Cybertruck, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm just renting it, actually, just for the day, yeah. I was thinking about getting one, so I just wanted to see if I liked it or not.
Oh, testing it out, right?
Yeah. Do you really like it?
They look nice, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Some people like it and some people hate it. I don't know if I really like it or not.
Futuristic.
Yeah.
Nobody has that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though.
He looked kind of like he was gonna laugh at me when I first pulled up. He was nice about it, though. He said he liked it. Do you think he really liked it?
I may never know whether that guy really liked the Cybertruck or if he was just being polite, or worse yet, sarcastic. But while we were sitting in an empty church parking lot enjoying our meal, we were confronted again, but this time in a much stranger way. As we were sitting there minding our own business, a woman pulled up beside us and just stared into the car for a good 30 seconds.
This is very confusing.
Just looking.
The windows of the truck are kind of tinted, so I didn't know if she could see us, but I was worried that she was like security for the church or something, and we weren't supposed to be there. So I rolled down the window to ask if everything was okay. And finally, she spoke.
Hello. How's it going? Yeah. Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you.
Can you show me?
Yeah, I can show you. Yeah, of course. I'm filming a YouTube video right now. That's why I'm dressed up all weird.
So I showed her around the car for a little bit and she took a ton of pictures. Also, I had taken off my wig, so I looked even more insane, but she never questioned it. Then she told us that her grandchildren would love this. And they live pretty close by, so she asked how long we'd be there for. We said probably 10 minutes, and she said, 30 minutes? And we said, okay. And then we waited for 30 minutes while she went to go get her grandkids.
Yeah, of course. Come on over.
They did indeed love the Cybertruck.
What do you think? You like it? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah? Cool.
We went all around it. They asked a ton of questions. Their grandmother kept telling them to wave at the camera.
So the back is a truck. It's got a truck bed in the back. Oh, a gaming room. That's a good idea.
I think this kid must watch a lot of Brent Rivera or something, because when he saw the back of the truck, he was like, oh my god, it's so big. You could fit a secret gaming room back here. And then when he saw the front, he was like, oh, this is too small. You could not fit a secret gaming room up here. It's like he only thought in terms of secret gaming rooms. It was insane.
When I'm 16,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna buy a
Oh, good idea. I like it. That'll be a good first car, huh? Smile. 1, 2, 3.
And with that, my time with the Cybertruck had come to an end. It was time to bring it back to the person I rented it from. And wait, what is that? What's going on with those podcast recommendations? And you know what? The music recommendations too. Who owns this car? All right, that's it. I'm pissing on this thing. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join. What's up, guys? It's me, Danny, back with another hilariously low effort video. I say low effort because today I'm going to be going back and reacting to my old Musical.lys. Now, I know some of you follow me on Musical.ly, but a large portion of you might be confused because you didn't even know that I had a Musical.ly account in the first place. When Musical.ly first came out, I used to post like every day, and I'm pretty sure some of them were pretty dumb, and I've like forgotten about a lot of them, so I wanted to go back and watch them and react to them on camera. So that's what I'm gonna do today, so... That was like one of the most popular Vines I ever made. I still think it's really funny. One of the funny things about that Vine is that when I first posted it, apparently somebody else had done that idea before, and she got really mad at me and had all of her like followers go and comment corn emojis on my Vine because like they said that it was corny, or they said that I'm corny. But the way Vine works is that the more comments a post gets, the higher up on the comedy page it gets. So my Vine actually ended up doing really well because all of her followers were commenting on my Vine. It actually helped me do better.
Won't you guide my sleigh tonight? What? Because you're dressed up as Rudolph. No, I'm not. Oh!
Alright, that was pretty funny, I guess. Classic pimple joke.
It's Christmas and there's no presents. I don't get it. Santa should have come down the chimney. Oh God, Santa, you want to get you out of there, okay?
I actually thought that one was pretty funny when I made it. It's not that funny. It is a little funny. A lot of Christmas-themed Vines so far. These must have been around Christmas. Let's check this one out.
Give me the girl.
If you want her, you're gonna have to go through me.
Give me the...
That's pretty dumb. That's a funny idea. I wish I did that better because I don't know, it's so goofy. I think that one's really funny just because it's so random. I actually really like that one. I remember making that one, and I remember it literally took me like 20 tries to get it right. I don't know why. And I, for some reason, thought it was so funny that I needed to get it exactly right. And it ended up just being it's so dumb. It's just like, it's just a singing frog, but for some reason I was like, no, I need to get this perfect, because when it's perfect, it's gonna be awesome. But it just turned out to be a silly singing frog.
Hey Danny, what are you doing? Just killing some time. My name's not time, it's Tim. Danny, what are you doing? Just killing some time.
Yeah, that one was alright. I think that was one of the ones that I thought was like way funnier when I made it, and then everyone was like, this isn't very funny. And I was like, yeah, I guess it's not.
I just found my tempo like on DJ Mustard, woo. I hit that just, I just found my tempo like on DJ Mustard, woo. I hit that just.
Okay, that one I actually like. That one I think is like one of the first actual Musical.lys that I posted. I made that in the Musical.ly app. But that one, that song, Jumpman by Drake, it's got that little, it sounds like a crow or something going, ah, in the background. So I really just wanted to draw attention to that. So the next time you listen to that song, just look out for it.
I was wondering when you'd show up. I was wondering when you would show up. I'll get you now. Darn it!
Villain who can't guess when the hero will come in. That one's alright. Okay, cool. Alright, I dig it.
You wasn't sweating me. One time for my LA sisters. One time for my LA hoes. Sweating me.
Call your girlfriend a hoe, Danny. Real smooth. Yeah, that was just a really basic lip syncing one. I think this just lip sync the song. Also, it's like super dark. Why is it so dark? That's weird. All right.
I'm you from the future. Oh my God! I know. You're so ugly. What? It's forever. I'm you from the
self-deprecating humor. Gotta love it.
I'm going live on you now. So if you want to come talk to me and ask me questions or hang out, then my username is Danny Gonzalez.
That wasn't really a Musical.ly, but that was pretty cringy, right? I'm going live on you now. If you want to come watch me, my username is Danny Gonzalez. I sound like somebody's holding a gun to my head.
Hey mailman, what do you got? Just this letter!
Jonathan, I don't love you anymore.
I seriously think that's one of like the best Vines I ever made. Because it's like so happy at first and then it just gets so dark. And it's got a pun and a darker joke. I mean, what's not to love?
Big fast! Fast. Leno Country has the power by Rudolph. Leonardo DiCaprio's never won an Oscar. Fast!
One of those thoughts in there is Leonardo DiCaprio has never won an Oscar. Like right after I made that Vine, Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar. And I was like, Well, this Vine is no longer relevant. That's awesome.
Here's a joke. How many ex-girlfriends does it take to screw in a light bulb? Jessica, please come back. I don't know how to change a light bulb. Here's a joke.
I like that one. That was funny. All right, let's check this one out.
Hey guys, I just posted a new YouTube video. I put a lot of work into this, so I want to know what you guys think. So make sure you comment on it telling me if you like it or not.
Wow, dude. You really needing validation much? Jesus. Hey guys, I really worked hard on this YouTube video. Could you please go check it out and let me know if you like it? Also, it looks like I was promoting my Snapchat on here a lot. I see 2 right off the bat.
This message will now self-destruct. This sandwich will now self-destruct. Your baby will now self-destruct.
That's a good one. Oh, okay, so I got a lot of comments on my reacting to my old Vines video that I didn't laugh at my things enough. Like, people would say, like, you say that's funny, but then you don't laugh. Why don't you laugh? And it's because I feel like people don't realize that I made these, so I already know the joke. So, like, why would I laugh? I already know how it's gonna end. Like, it's not funny. I came up with it, so it's funny. I know that it's funny, but I'm not gonna, like, be like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Oh no, I just unplugged my phone. All right, moving on.
For the day I die, I'ma touch the sky. I'ma touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl.
That's solid puns, man. Puns were always my strong suit, and on every platform, I always excelled in the pun market.
What am I gonna wear? You're never fully dressed without a smile. Wait, what are you doing? Stop!
Yeah, that was a stretch. That wasn't very good.
Let's go play some tennis. Yeah, let me grab my tennis shoes. Wanna go get lunch? I'll just put on my lunch shoes. Come on, man, we gotta get out of here. Where are my fire shoes? Let's go play some tennis. Yeah, let me...
I thought that one was pretty funny. I don't think a lot of people thought that one was as funny as I did, but fire shoes, he's gonna get trapped in his house because he doesn't want to leave the house without his correct shoes. Yeah, it's not that funny, actually.
Pipe it up, pipe it up, pipe it up,
Help!
pipe it up.
Help!
Where you going? I walk in the club just to pipe it up.
I gotta pat myself on the back for that one. That was some pretty good editing. Honestly, looking at it, I don't even know how I did that, so that's pretty good.
Delicious. And nutritious. Girl Scout cookies. Now made with real Girl Scouts. What? Delicious. And
I like that one. Man, that's a good sound effect too. That's a solid sound effect right there.
It's really hot. Oh, sorry. Oh, I get it, because you're like hot. No, because of climate change.
Yeah, that one's kind of a bummer. That was pretty good, I guess.
Hey guys, my new YouTube video is finally up. Go to youtube.com/.
Alright, that's enough self-promotion, Danny. Come on. Really?
Dude, check this out.
Cool.
It won't stop. Dude, check this out.
That's pretty dumb. That was pretty dumb. I remember thinking of that one and being like, oh, this is gonna be so funny, and it's not. I don't know why. Sometimes ideas are just like way funnier in your head, and then you go and do them and... Dude, let's make the punchline, we scream. That's funny, right? We scream?
Dude, that's hilarious, man.
Thanks, man. I don't know where I was going with that. Difficult to follow. It's called When You Accidentally Kill Your Friend with Kindness, duet with Selena Gomez. It's weird that it keeps cutting back and forth. You can't really tell what's going on. I guess I gave him gum and he choked on it. That was really cool of Selena Gomez to be in our Musical.ly though. Like, she's pretty busy. I'm surprised she took the time out of her day to make that with us. Musical.ly without the music. That was pretty funny. The cough in the middle. Solid joke.
Hey everyone, I posted a YouTube video yesterday. So
Alright, we get it. Jesus.
Let's lose our minds and go crazy.
I keep on hoping that we'll eat cake by the ocean.
What was that? That was a hashtag? Dramatic reading. So you have to read the lyrics of something dramatically? I don't know, that just reminded me of like every bad Instagram video ever where the punchline just ends with music and people dancing. I went through this weird phase where I just started lip syncing sounds instead of just songs. So like, just like... This is Bell. That was funny. That's pretty funny, honestly. Lip syncing Rain. Do you ever look back at stuff you do and you're just like, what was wrong with me? I feel like I do that a lot. I feel like I'm like, sort of like a little bit always doing that. This one I'm just actually lip syncing a baby that was crying behind me on a plane. Pretty rude, now that I think about it. That was pretty rude of me to do.
kiss this guy instead of kiss the sky. I feel like I've made that joke. That's the weird thing about Musical.ly, is that they can just be a little bit too long. Like, I feel like Vine was like perfect, it was like 6 seconds, but that was like, I don't know, like 8 to 10 seconds. That's like a little bit too long. Like I said, I almost got bored in the middle of it, which is sad, because it was still only 8 seconds, but like, there's only so, I don't want to see myself spinning for that long. Looks like they gave me the coolest teacher ever award. Oh, that's cool, Mr. Johnson, congrats. Basically cooler than you! Oh, get in there, you little dork! Cool teacher, baby! I don't like watching that one because I remember making that, and I remember he hit me in the tooth with the trophy in that last shot. Are you little dork? Cool! He smacked, it was like in the gum in the tooth with the wooden part of the trophy. Again, that one was like a little bit too long, so I'm noticing a common theme here. What's up, guys? I just posted a new vlog on YouTube if you just search Red Robin Young. Oh no! Oh god! No! That's a good scream. I don't really pride myself on having a good scream, but that one was good there. That was a good scream. Dad, can you drive me to the movies? Why can't you be more like your friend Kevin? Dad, Kevin went missing yesterday. Savage Dad. I really like that fine. Here's another Savage Dad one. Dad? Is this where you've been for the past 10 years? Dad, no! Fun fact. When I go inside, it's a different location. I didn't film that entire thing in Target. Just me going into the pants. You'll notice it's pants when I go in, but then when I'm actually in there, it's like women's clothes. This is Laura's closet. I just pretended that it was still in the same place. Movie magic, people. Oh my god, yeah! No, tell your daughter Susie. Okay. Susie, I'm going to homecoming with your boyfriend! I like that fine.
Your destination is ahead on the right. Your destination.
Why did you kill my dog? Dude, chill. Chill. You're right. I didn't even like that dog. Oh, dude, new year, nude me. Yeah, man, well. Wait, did you say nude me? Oh god, why are you naked? New Year's resolution, baby, no more clothes. That one was pretty funny. I like how I'm not laughing at all. It was alright. It was decent. I'll give it my thumbs up. Stamp of approval.
Man, Danny's exhausted. He sure is yawning a lot.
I like that fine. That moment when you enter a room and forget why you went in there. What you say? Oh, that's right, I was getting chased by a serial killer. Moment when you enter. That was good. I like that one a lot. It's those vines that have a twist at the end that really get ya, you know? Alright, so just like la di di da da di di da da. You try la da 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 da, and I said Dang, I got some pipes, dude. I didn't even know I could sing like that. I don't even remember making that. Okay, guys, I'm about to prank my friend and wake him up. Ready? Boo! Boo! Excuse me, sir, this is a funeral. Please don't do that to the body. Please don't do that to the body. Boo! Boo! Come on! Yes, I'm about to. Yes, okay. I had that idea for a really long time, and I finally made it, and I feel like I did a really bad job of making it. I think it's a funny idea. I don't think I did it well. Let the record show. Okay, well, I'm pretty much at the top of my timeline now, so that's pretty much all I got. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I post 3 times a week. Shout out to Legit Cookie. Thank you for turning on my notifications. If you want to be the shout out in the next video, just make sure you hit the bell next to the subscribe button to turn on my notifications. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Hello everyone, welcome back to my second channel. I'm very excited to have you here today because today I'm going to be exposing the world's most evil babysitter. I just found this channel called Generation Hope. It's sort of like Darman, but if Darman's videos were even lower budget. Each video is sort of like a mini movie. They're scripted out, there's a moral at the end, very emotional, very intense. And this video I want to talk about today is called Evil Babysitter Drowns Kid in Pool, Leaves Him for Dead. Without a doubt, this has to be the world's most evil babysitter. Since I just stumbled upon this channel and I watched this entire video, I want you guys to watch it too. This video is really bad. The video is 10 minutes long, and I think they probably spent like 11 minutes filming it. Let's go ahead and watch.
You're not gonna take that money from me, you little turd!
Okay, what's funny is this is one of those things where they play like the most interesting part of the video at the beginning of the video, but I could understand you thinking, since the video is just called Evil Babysitter Drowns Kid in Pool, that like this is the whole video. It just starts there and she's just immediately pushes him in the pool for no reason. That would be kind of crazy if it's just like a 30-second long video and that's it. But no, there's more story to it. There's a reason. You'll notice she said, "You're not gonna give me that money, little twerp."
Not gonna take that money from me, you little turd!
So she clearly has a reason for pushing him in the pool. Let's figure out what it is.
This is gonna be the biggest score yet.
Have you figured out how much we're gonna make?
Yeah, it's gonna be over $500,000.
Are you sure we won't get caught?
What do you think the director told him right before he did this take? I feel like there has to be some kind of strange direction that made him say the line like that.
Are you sure we won't get caught?
Okay, so deliver this line like you're a bad guy, you're a burglar, you're gonna steal some money, but you also accidentally just took way too many Xanaxes. Deliver this line like you're a prototype humanoid robot. Deliver this line like it's your first time ever talking and you're just sort of dipping your toe in the water to see how it feels.
All right then. I'll get everything figured out on my end. Just let me know when everything's set on yours.
Okay, so this is important for the rest of the video. She's doing research. She's got a plan. She's going in to do this heist. The other guy says, "All right, I'll do everything I need to do on my end before we start." Okay, so they seem very organized. They have this whole thing planned out. So let's see how their plan unfolds.
Mom, I don't understand why you have to hire a babysitter.
It's kind of against the law to leave a kid your age home alone.
Fine.
What is this meal she's handing him? So it looks like cut up apples, as you can see here, but then when she hands him the plate, it's also like a tortilla. Here's your 3 apple slices and a plain tortilla, sweetie. I hope this babysitter can take care of you better than I can, because I don't know how to make any food. She could be evil and steal from us, but as long as she knows how to cook, she actually might be doing a better job than me.
If you can behave the 2 days while I'm gone, when I get back, get you the PS5 you were asking for.
Really? You got yourself a deal.
Jeez, dude, that kid woke up. He was in a trance. He was in sort of a low energy state, probably because he's only been fueled by tortillas and apples. But then the second she said PS5, he stood at attention, dude. So let's just say the stakes are pretty high for this video. You got burglars coming in to steal money. You've got a kid who has a PS5 on the line. So he's gonna fight back.
Well, hello, Miss Davis. Good morning.
Hi, Brenda. Good morning to you, too.
Of course, I love the natural dialogue. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Davis. Hello, Brenda, and good morning to you. And how are you? I'm well, and good morning. And I'm great. And how are you? I'm great, and good morning as well. Thank you. And how are you? I'm hungry. Do you have any apple and tortilla?
Wow, what a lovely apartment you have here.
Oh, this is nothing. Thank you, though.
Such a weird line.
Oh, this is nothing. Thank you, though.
Oh, this really nice apartment, it actually means nothing to me. I could afford way better, but I could understand how someone like you would think it's nice, so thank you. Do I still have my teeth? I do. Guys, did you notice that I had something in my teeth the whole time? If you did and you didn't tell me, I'm gonna be really pissed.
All right, well, it looks like my flight leaves in 45 minutes, so I gotta get going.
Huh? Her flight leaves in 45 minutes? That actually might be the most unrealistic part of this entire video, and you guys haven't even seen their heist plan yet. Her flight leaves in 45 minutes and she hasn't even left for the airport yet? Dude, this woman is flying by the seat of her pants. Actually, she's not gonna be flying by the seat of her pants because she's gonna miss her flight.
All right, honey. You know you can call me if you need anything, though, right?
It is kind of crazy that she just hired the babysitter and then is leaving like 30 seconds after introducing them for the first time for 2 days. Haven't had to hire any babysitters for our kid yet, but I don't think that I would feel comfortable leaving him alone with someone for 2 days that I just met 10 seconds ago. But I guess she is in a rush to get to the airport, so it's not like they really have time for a lengthy introduction.
I love you so much.
Love you too, Mom.
Really cheerful music right now, too. I actually don't think I would have gone with the sweet, happy music because the interaction that's happening now seems pleasant, but we as the viewer already know that things are not as nice as they seem. I feel like tense music would have been much better here because you know some shit's about to go down. You know she's about to drown this kid, so I'm not exactly feeling great about this interaction. I mean, I'm happy, I guess I'm happy they're all getting along here. Maybe all that stuff at the beginning was just a fluke. Maybe this is actually just gonna be a really nice video. That stuff at the beginning about him drowning, that's just a glitch. It's just a YouTube glitch. I'm sure they're gonna be fine.
Please don't let him anywhere near the pool. He still doesn't know how to swim.
When will you teach me how to swim, Mom?
Soon, hun. All right, well, I do have to get going.
Soon, hun, don't worry. And you're what, 13? You can wait a couple more years to learn how to swim. I like that she said don't let him anywhere near the pool.
Please don't let him anywhere near the pool.
So as to say, like, he doesn't know how to swim, but he will try. If he sees a pool, he's gonna sprint and dive headfirst, hands at his side, into the pool, and immediately drown.
All right, Brenda, time for us to have some fun.
How about you go to your room instead?
Uh-oh.
But I thought we were friends.
I'm not your friend. I was just nice to your dumb, ugly mom so she would trust me.
Okay, so she immediately turns evil. It feels like there probably is a better strategy here to get this robbery done efficiently. I don't think she had to immediately turn evil. If anything, that's gonna make it harder because now the kid who she's living with for the next 2 days is like onto her. She could have just kept being nice and just stolen the money, whatever this money. We still don't know where the money is. She could have stolen the money without the kid noticing. The kid definitely thinks she's up to something now. You go evil mode while babysitting a kid, they know you're up to something.
Is everything ready?
Yes, mom is gone and the kid is in his room.
All right, it's time for this plan to unfold. It's time for all of her research and all this guy's preparation to come to fruition.
So what's the next move? Which is $500,000 you're talking about?
Well, I haven't really figured that out yet.
Oop, shit.
Look, Michael, I did my research, okay? This lady is a real estate mogul. She made $2 million last year. There has to be money in this house somewhere.
No, there doesn't. Most people keep their money in the bank. You think that because she made $2 million last year, that's just gonna be lying around somewhere in the house? That's not how money works anymore. Was this video written in 1930? That'd be crazy if they searched this whole house and they only find like $20 in cash. I don't really keep very much cash on me, so like that's probably how much money you'd find in my house. And they still drown the kid for $20. Like, it's better than nothing. So long, dude. It's actually the perfect crime because as we know, this kid will drown himself at a moment's notice anyway, so they can pretty much get away with it scot-free.
All right, can you check the drawers? I'm gonna check the closet.
So much paper in those drawers. She's also doing a really effective job at looking carefully. Could be in here. No, it's definitely not in there though. Definitely not this, definitely not that, definitely not in there. It's like, could you look at the things you're pulling out a little bit? What if there's like a bank statement in one of those things? What if her bank username and password are written on one of those papers? She's just like, get all this shit out of the way. I'm looking for money. There's like a briefcase in there. She throws that out of there. Expensive jewelry and watches. She's like, get all this out of here. I'm looking for regular dollar bills. That's the only form of money I will accept.
Found it.
Oh, that's interesting. The captions are wrong. The baked-in captions that the editors added are wrong. I'm pretty sure he says, let's go open it up. He just says, let's go put it up. All right, now let's go put the safe up real high, and then we'll drop it. And then it'll break open, and the money will come out. Let's go put it up.
Where's the key?
The key? I don't know where the key is.
I thought you said you had this all planned out.
Yeah, and I also thought you said you were gonna prepare. What were you doing? Were you practicing your looking skills? Were you hiding money from yourself around your apartment and then going to find it? What did either of you do to prepare for this? How did you decide upon this target? Did you just Google rich people? Like, if they live in a nice apartment building, couldn't it have been any person in this apartment building you could have robbed from? I don't really understand how they stumbled upon this woman and then decided she must have a ton of money in cash in her apartment. Was there a rumor going around that this lady doesn't trust the banks? Is she well known for just walking around and money falling off of her? Like she just has so much excess money it's falling out of her pant legs? I got too many questions, man. I just want to see them drown this kid.
I knew she was rich. I didn't know the money was gonna be in a lockbox with a key.
That's actually kind of best case scenario because it's either that or it's all in a bank. So you should probably be happy it's in a lockbox with a key.
Hey, that's all that noise. And who is this guy? I'm calling mom that you brought strangers into my house.
Let's go to the pool.
The pool?
Who's this strange man in my house? Also, you're evil, but hell yeah, let's go to the pool. This kid sulks until he hears one word that he likes, and then he's like, okay, I'll do whatever you say. I don't want my mom to leave. PS5? Sure. I don't want to help you rob my mom. Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh my gosh, really? Wait, why are you being so nice all of a sudden?
Oh, I was just having a bad day this morning.
It's just that I was so frustrated this morning because I hadn't robbed your mom yet. But now that I am, I'm actually in a really good mood. Okay, so anyway, they go to the pool. Let's see what's going on here.
All right, first lesson, you gotta practice doing your arms like this.
How am I doing?
Oh, great. Now remember, we're doing this so you can learn to be safe around a pool. Learn to be safe around a pool.
Wait a minute. I know what that thing was.
Oh, dude, she just activated like a sleeper cell. This kid has been trained by the CIA to keep that safe. This kid has 3 words that immediately change his entire mood and perspective. PS5, pool, and safe. The two make him happy. The third sends him into a violent rage. The third makes him hell-bent on protecting his mother's money and also activates his advanced martial arts skills. That'd be crazy. But no, that's not what happens.
Whew, that's cold. Well, you gotta learn to swim in any temperature. Now put your hands in.
The running start is crazy. She could have easily just given him a little shove and he would have fallen in. But hey, I guess she was just, you know, she was having fun with it. You gotta get a running start. You gotta make the job fun somehow, man.
You're not gonna take that money from me, you little turd!
I don't think he necessarily wants the money. It's not like you guys are both competing to steal from his mom. I think he wants to keep the money. Like, keep it for his family. I don't think he's trying to take it from you. It's not your money, you know? That's wild if she thinks that he's competition. Why is there so many people here trying to steal this money? This little kid who keeps calling that lady mom? He must be another undercover burglar. I have to kill him.
Where's the little kid?
I took care of him.
It also feels like they could have just taken this safe home. Like, the second they found it, they could have just left. And then the kid would have come out of his room and been like, where's my babysitter? Oh, well. And then they could have just pried it open when they got home. Just seems like a really roundabout way to rob someone, man. But, you know what? They're the professionals, and this is real. This did really happen, so who am I to poke holes in it? I did it.
How much money is in there?
Okay, how much money do we estimate is in here? So there's stacks of 100. They're not really thick stacks. I mean, this is maybe like 10 100s. I mean, what do you think? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if each stack is $1,000, that's $6,000. That's a pretty far cry from the $500,000 or the $2 million they mentioned earlier. They killed a kid for $6,000. Okay, wait, no, the stacks are thicker than I thought. Okay, well, it's hard to say. Leave your guesses in the comments below. How much do you think they killed this kid for?
We are rich! We're rich!
No, but what you are is under arrest.
It's gotta be the clunkiest line ever for a police officer to come. You know, I feel like in a moment like this, you want him to say something really clever. Like, we're rich. And then he says, like, yeah, you're rich in... You're rich in prison time. You have a lot of that. I don't know. I feel like there's something more clever he could have said. But instead he said, yeah, no, you're not. But what you are is you are going to jail. Which it sure is about just as clever as the one that I came up with. But I feel like they probably had more time to figure it out. I'm just doing this on the spot.
What happened?
Shut up. Now get on your knees. Put your hands behind your back. Now.
I like that the kid is completely dry now. He got out quick, he dried off, and found a police officer all in the span of like 5 minutes. How did he get out of the pool? He can't swim. He just sort of floated out of the pool and dried off, and there happened to be a police officer right there, and he was like, hey, come help me catch these burglars.
How did you get out?
Well, I didn't quit. When you left me there drowning in the pool, I was fighting for my life.
Well, I was there for a while, but then I heard someone say the word PS5, and my eyes started glowing. I levitated out of the pool, immediately dried off, and then there was a police officer standing right there. Pretty convenient.
Eventually, I was able to get out and find a police officer, and I told him...
Also, you can clearly see in the background the pool is 3 feet, and I think this kid is taller than 3 feet, so I'm gonna say that he actually could have just stood up.
Brenda and Michael were arrested and sentenced to jail for 20 years.
It's very important that we were very careful about who we let watch over our children.
Yeah, you're one to talk. We all are. It's you that messed up. Just kidding. I know she's an actor. I know the whole thing was fake the whole time. So, joke's on you guys. All right, well, anyway, thank you for watching this video. I think one thing is for sure, guys. That was one evil babysitter. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of POV, which stands for Pigs on Video. Now, I'm sure a lot of you by now are aware of the POV trend on TikTok, where someone on TikTok will act out a scene and you as the audience are a character in that scene. Some of you may also be aware of the extremely creepy niche within that trend of like daddy POVs. I was originally gonna make a video about those, but then I started to realize that they're too creepy to make fun of and it wouldn't even be funny, it would just be weird. And also by the time I went to go look for them, most of them have been deleted. I guess because the people who made them realized, hey, that's pretty gross. We should probably stop. But I found this dude named Garrett on TikTok. His username is Goverbo, and he had previously made a lot of these daddy TikToks, but he has since deleted them. And I thought it would be kind of interesting to go through his other TikToks that aren't the daddy ones, since he's deleted pretty much all of those. I wanted to see what kind of other TikToks he makes. And it turns out they're pretty much all POVs, and they are all very odd. For those of you who don't know what POVs are, I'll give you a simple one first. This one's called POV, which stands for point of view. You're staying the night at your friend's house when her brother accidentally walks in on you. Pretty much everyone's fantasy, I think we can agree. You're staying at a friend's house, there's a knock on the door, and their brother comes in, and he like eyes you up and down. I think deep down we'd all like our friends' brothers to undress us with their eyes. Just sounds kind of fun. But I would say that them being that innocent is pretty rare with old Goverbo. For example, this one is called Your Boyfriend Snuck Into Your House After You Ignored Him All Day. A pretty reasonable response, honestly. Let's check it out. To me, this seems like something that this dude was like, oh, this would be so hot. Like, a chick would love a dude who is like confident enough to just break into his girlfriend's house. But any girl, or like anyone who's ever had to deal with like a stalker situation would just be horrified about. Like, this is not a fantasy. I want me a boyfriend who's not really so much of a boyfriend, but more of a stalker, because I don't really know him, and he keeps texting me. I don't even know how he got my number. But after a day of me not responding, if he could like break into my house, that would be awesome. Preferably while I'm like taking a shower or some shit. Do you think that he would actually do this? If she's not responding to you all day, like you probably did something wrong, right? Like she's not just ignoring you for no reason, or maybe she's busy, maybe she just wants some space, but you're just like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna break into her house. And when she finds me, I'm gonna say, pick up the phone, baby. So yeah, kind of like romanticizing a creepy stalker relationship. Not great. Definitely not good, but it gets worse. So let's check it out. POV, you ran away from your kidnapper, but his men found you. Yeah, that's how kidnapping works. Now you're stuck with me, because I kidnapped you. Really nice of him to spell that out for us. Thank you, Goverbo. I don't get how this is like an appealing situation for anyone. You could make the argument that like, sure, lots of people probably think he's cute, but that doesn't mean that you want to be kidnapped by him. Do you know why people get kidnapped? It's not for good reasons. It's not like this dude is like, sorry, I just wanted to kidnap you because I want to be your boyfriend. I want to treat you really nice, and you're free to go whenever, okay? People get kidnapped for really dark, bad reasons. Like, it seems like the point of this is that you're scared that you got kidnapped, but then he takes off his mask and you're like, woo! Maybe this won't be so bad after all. But the darkness of this TikTok seems to be lost on most of his fans because they're all children, mostly like little girls, which honestly makes it way more gross. Romanticizing kidnapping for his like little girl audience. That's so fucked up. Wait, he even had us as the audience say, I didn't miss you. Like, we're clearly not okay with being kidnapped. This isn't even like a fantasy where we're like, we kind of want to be kidnapped, like it's some kind of kink or something. So we're not even cool with what's going on. We're just like, I want to go home. Hashtag POV, your serial killer boyfriend followed you home again. Oh, not again. He followed me home again? Ugh, when will this serial killer boyfriend learn? I'm sorry, but what the fuck is a serial killer boyfriend? He just kind of throws that into the caption like, we all know what that means, right? We've all had a serial killer boyfriend, or have been a serial killer boyfriend. I like that he knocked at the beginning. He may be a serial killer boyfriend, but he has manners. He's not just gonna barge into your house, unlike that other boyfriend that will barge into your house. Okay, so like in this TikTok, we're like hiding from our serial killer boyfriend. Is he still our boyfriend? He's obviously done something that has made us want to hide, probably be a serial killer, but he's still our serial killer boyfriend. He's not our serial killer ex-boyfriend. I guess we haven't broken it off yet. We still kind of like can see the good in him, you know? He may have killed 30 people, but I'll be damned if I don't think I can change him. This comment says, when people have literally died because of stuff like this, and that has 24,000 likes. And honestly, I gotta agree with him. It's not even like this. People have died from this. Serial killer boyfriends. Hashtag POV, your boyfriend tries to abuse you in front of the gang leader's son. What does this even mean? I don't understand the premise of this TikTok. So my boyfriend is trying to hit me or something, but then we're saved, and not by the gang leader, but the gang leader's son. First off, are we in a gang? Did our serial killer boyfriend initiate us into a gang without us knowing? This is the first I've heard of it. There have been no other TikToks so far about us being in a gang. So you just have to accept right off the bat, you're in a gang. I really love that it's not the gang leader that's saving us. Like, that would be almost like this, I could understand that being kind of like a hot, powerful position, you know, he's in charge, but instead it's the gang leader's son. I just picture like this 12-year-old dweeby kid, like,
listen here, Buster, you don't want to tussle with me. My daddy runs this gang and he's strong as hell.
Nothing hotter than a man with a powerful dad. POV, I have no real money or influence, but my dad runs a gang. Hashtag POV, you threatened the new mafia boss's son. Okay, so I guess this is another one about the, oh shit, what a badass, dude. He's got a dad. It's just so funny to act like a badass because your dad's in charge. It reminds me of in elementary school, there was a girl in my grade whose dad was the mayor of the town that I lived in, and sometimes she would get into fights with my friend, and every time she would tell him that her dad was gonna kick him out of town. As if like the mayor of our town would really exile a 9-year-old because he got in a fight with his daughter. Just imagine like a 3rd grader packing up his bag sobbing because he's like, I don't want to leave, but the mayor kicked me out. It's just such a weird concept to flex not even your power, but your imaginary dad's imaginary power on TikTok. I want to see more people doing that. That's a cool concept. I want to see more TikToks of people flexing their dad's power. Ha! Stupid fucking dog. Excuse me, sir. You can't just come in here to scare the dogs. Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're Jeff Bezos' son. You said that like 18 times. My daddy owns Amazon. Yeah, and you've said that like 20 times. What does that have to do with being mean to the dog? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You think that just because I haven't spoken to my father in 5 years doesn't mean I can't get old King Amazon on the phone right now and tell him to make your Alexa evil? I didn't think that until just now, but honestly, yeah, it sounds like he wouldn't pick up. I feel sorry for you. My dad's the richest turtle in the world. He'll ruin your life. Turtle? I said man. I'm sure you meant man, but you said turtle. My dad doesn't look like a turtle. This one is one of my favorites. It's called hashtag POV. You tell your vampire dad about the boy who hits you at school. So get ready for vampire dad. Aw, great! My dad killed my bully. That's what you want, right? My grown-ass supernatural dad murdered a little boy at my school. Thanks, vampire dad! I like that the caption calls him vampire dad, like he's some kind of superhero, like, wow, there goes vampire dad to go kill that kid. Wait, if my dad is a vampire, doesn't that make me a vampire too? Is vampirism, is that genetic? Because if so, I feel like I could have taken care of it myself. I don't even know how I have bullies in the first place. If I'm a vampire, I'm immortal, I can turn into a bat. Who's gonna bully someone that can turn into a bat? You don't want that smoke. You don't want that bat. You don't want that puff of smoke as I turn into a bat. So I really like the concept of this TikTok. I like Vampire Dad a lot. I feel like that provides a lot of good unexplored territory. We could do a lot with Vampire Dad. What I don't like about this TikTok is that this fucking dude doesn't even look like a vampire. He looks like a sexy vampire, like a Twilight vampire. He doesn't even have fangs. He's just some guy. Can you imagine how different this TikTok would be interpreted by like all of his little girl fans if it was like a classic looking vampire? Vampire Dad. Oh, Vampire Dad. A kid went missing at our school today.
Oh, no. Was it that boy who bullies you?
Yeah. Wait, how'd you know that?
Just a lucky guess.
Wait, is that him? Huh? Right there. That's my bully. Except he's got like a bite mark on his neck and he looks like a vampire.
Oh, yeah. I guess it is. What a coincidence.
Dad. Did you try to murder my 8-year-old classmate?
Uh-oh, looks like he caught me.
Oh, Vampire Dad.
Whoops.
Wait, so you turned him into a vampire. Doesn't that make him immortal?
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Oh, great, another vampire one. POV, it's your first time kissing a vampire. Oh, gosh, I'm kind of excited. I didn't know that I would be kissing a vampire today.
Gosh, okay, well, here it goes.
I wanna be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best and
Oh shit, did you bite me? I guess I did. I'm sorry.
whatever you got. I wanna mess up your cover.
You're bleeding. I guess because I bit you. Why do I seem surprised that he's bleeding if I just bit him? Oh shit, you're why the fuck are you bleeding? Gross. He's like, you bit me.
The way my lips feel on your body. Paper moving in the dark. With every breath we take, you're falling.
This is my first time kissing a vampire. All right, let's get that straight. I bit him? I'm not a vampire. I'm kissing a vampire, and I bite him. If I'm just a regular ass dude, why would I bite a vampire? Wouldn't he bite me? And on the neck, not on the mouth? Also, how hard did I bite him that he's already got that much blood all over him? I must have really chomped down hard on him. Just Oh boy, and look how he goes back in for that second kiss. Just like, oh yeah, give me some of that. Alright, hashtag POV, we're dancing at a party and your ex walks in. Uh-oh. Well, judging by kind of like the macho persona that this dude puts on, I'm guessing he's gonna like do something to protect me from my ex. Maybe he's my serial killer ex. So let's see what old Gover Bo does to protect me, our point of view, and we're his girlfriend. Then who is he kissing? He kisses someone to the left of the screen and then looks at us like they're two different people. Is he kissing our ex? And then he looks right at the camera, right at us, and says, "Can we help you?" What the fuck, dude? I'm dating you and my ex walks into the party and I'm like, oh no, it's my ex. And you kiss him and then look at me and say, "Can we help you?" Not cool. Oh shit. Serial killer babe? My ex is here. Don't worry, sweetheart. I got this. Thanks. Hey, fuckface. Oh, what's up? Babe? Hello? I'm right here. Hey, can you shut up? I'm trying to smooch your ex. Yeah, seriously, you think we give a shit about you? Get out of here. I'm trying to get some serial killer action. Yeah, go home. Oh my god, you're the worst serial killer boyfriend ever. That's not what your serial killer ex thinks. He's right. That's it. That's it. We're serial killer done. Oh, please, you think you're gonna serial killer break up with me? Well, you can't, because I'm serial killer breaking up with you. Wait until my vampire dad hears about this. You're right. All right, well, honestly, that is enough of that. This dude's TikToks creep me out. The moral of the story is, please stop romanticizing abusive relationships, kidnapping, serial killers, and fuck it, vampires. Stop romanticizing those too. They're blood-sucking monsters. They're not hot. But with that being said, now it's time to talk about our sponsor, ExpressVPN. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. You guys know how much I love ExpressVPN. I use it pretty much every day. I've got ExpressVPN on my laptop, on my desktop computer, on my phone, and it's not just for one reason either. I use ExpressVPN for a lot of different things. What ExpressVPN does is basically it encrypts all your data to make it so that like hackers or your internet service provider or online advertisers can't snoop on your data and see what you're up to. So they can, for example, target you with really specific ads. So I use that a lot on my phone and my laptop when I'm out and about. If I go to a coffee shop or like a patio somewhere to get work done and I'm on a public Wi-Fi, I definitely use ExpressVPN for stuff like that. But I'll also use it if I'm watching YouTube and I come across a video that's blocked in the US. There have actually been occasions where one of my videos will get blocked in certain countries, and so people in those countries can actually use ExpressVPN, switch their server location to a country where the video is not blocked, and then they can watch the video. It is pretty handy if you ask me. So that's the power of VPNs, but let me tell you why ExpressVPN is the best VPN. It even rhymes. Express is the best. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds. I've seen this time and time again. I've even speed tested it on my own computer. They've got 24/7 customer support, so if you need anything, they're there for you. And if you're still on the fence, ExpressVPN has been consistently rated the #1 VPN by sources like TechRadar, The Verge, CNET, Comparitech, and more. So if you want to check out ExpressVPN and find out how you can get 3 months for free, then click the link in the description below. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Click that link, find out how you can get 3 months for free. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. Again, this is something that I use every day. It's a great product, great service, great people.
great me. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is the fastest growing army on the internet. Please don't look that up, but it is true. It's just if you look that up, it's 7 years of bad luck. I'm sorry, I don't make— Having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. This, of course, is another episode of Badads, the show where we talk about the worst ads on all of the internet. I feel like it always looks so dark back there, and the Nutcracker just looks so creepy in the shadows. Ever since I started filming in this new room, I keep thinking like, oh, before I film my next video, I gotta decorate or something, because it looks like I'm just in a, it looks like I'm in a hallway or something. There's just nothing in this room. Comment below what I should decorate this with, and then maybe I'll do it. But for now, I'm just gonna fix him. All right, little buddy, this might hurt a bit. Just kidding. Ta-da! Does that look good? There we are, then. Okay. All right, don't do that. Oh yeah, okay, that looks better. Now he's all glowy. All right, guys, here we are back doing another episode of Badads. I'm sorry if I sound a little congested or a little sick. It's because I am. I think I might have caught something from Drew. I haven't seen him in a few months, but I did watch his most recent video where he was sick. So I might have caught something from that. All right, guys, well, the world of bad ads, or badads as I call them, is still going strong. Companies are continuing to make bad advertisement after bad advertisement in hopes of making an ad so weird that you have to click on it to see if the game is really like that. I think we all know by now that that's what's going on. I saw this Game of Sultans ad recently where there's this angry looking woman and your options are to either prank her, demote her, or bomb her? Jeez, man, okay, let's not do anything drastic. What did she do? It looks like he chose prank, because she's got a banana peel, and the banana's flying out of it. I don't know what kind of prank that is, but at least she's not getting bombed. I've kind of veered away from doing the Badad videos a little bit, because I got bored of them. It seemed like the same thing over and over. It was just like, a company would put weird text on the ad, and then I would be like, whoa, why'd they do that? Plus, I did that whole experiment where I made my own ads, and that felt like a nice end to the Badad series, a nice little cap on it. But I've really been holding off on it until something big comes up that I actually want to talk about, and that's why I'm doing another one today, because every single person on Twitter has tagged me in this tweet. But first, I wanted to do a little update on last week's video in a segment I like to call the Update Corner. Welcome to the Update Corner. It's just a different room, the corner of a different room that I've dedicated to updates. So let's get started. So the first update is that right after I posted that video, a lot of people commented that like most of the acting scenes on Troy Becker's account, all of the, you know, the clips of him doing like short film acting are just word for word ripoffs of scenes from other movies and TV shows. Like this one where he's in the Letterman jacket and he's talking to the girl. It's a direct copy of a scene from 13 Reasons Why.
You're a dryer now.
This one, he's talking to a guy who's on the computer, a nerdy looking guy. It's an exact copy of that Noah Centineo movie, A Perfect Date. I'm kneeling, and it's hurting my knees, so I'm gonna put a pillow under my knees. But hey, that's just part of the update corner. And I know some acting classes do this for practice to like get you comfortable in front of a camera, give you a scene that you're already familiar with. But Paul Zimmer, when he posts these, he tries to pass it off as like an original thing that he's in. This one he captioned, "Very blessed to be a part of this short film." Ah yes, the critically acclaimed short film, 13 Reasons Why. So I can't really figure out what he's trying to accomplish with this. Is he trying to make you think that this is a different thing? He's hoping that you've never seen 13 Reasons Why, which I haven't. Or is he hoping that you have seen 13 Reasons Why, but don't remember what any of the characters look like, so when you see this, you remember it from 13 Reasons Why, and assume that Troy Becker was in 13 Reasons Why. Another weird thing that happened is right after I posted my video, or like a couple hours after I posted my video, his Troy Becker account got deleted. At first I thought he deleted it because he realized, oh shit, I'm doing something weird. I should stop that. And so he deleted it. But then a little bit later it came back up, and then it got deleted again and came back up again. It was very weird. I'm not really sure what he was doing, but it's back as of right now. And we got some treats. We got some new treats. Because in the past few days, Paul Zimmer has been posting Instagram comedy videos. Or sorry, Troy Becker has been posting Instagram comedy videos. Paul Zimmer is dead or something. He's off doing whatever else. So this one is called I Hate When That Happens. Let's take a look. So of course, in order to convince you that he's a 16-year-old boy, he has to start the video with him on the phone with his mom, asking if they can have pizza for dinner tonight. You know, like a child.
Hey Mom, can you pick up pizza on your way home? Yes. Thank you, Mom.
So relatable. You know that relatable moment when your mom is bringing you home pizza?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh. So then he hangs up on his mom. He goes to watch some Netflix, because that's what 16-year-old boys do. But then he clicks on a show, and the TV is so loud that it sends him flying off the couch. And that's the whole thing. And he hates it when that happens. Don't you hate that relatable 16-year-old moment when your mommy's bringing home pizza, but the Netflix be too loud? Leave a fucking like if you relate, dude. So right off the bat with the first Instagram comedy video, I can tell that his acting skills have improved. Those acting classes that he's been taking, they're paying off.
Can you pick up pizza on your way home?
This scene has so much emotion. I mean, you can really see it in his face that he's delighted to be talking to his mother. He basically has a religious experience when his mom tells him she'll bring home pizza. The scene really speaks to me, but I find myself wanting more. I want more emotion, Troy. I almost said Paul. I want more emotion, Troy. But luckily, the next scene is a sad one. It's called When Your Crush Dumps You. Wait. Oh... Do you mean girlfriend? How can your crush dump you?
Okay, so you want to break up with me?
So he's on the phone with his crush, and she breaks up with him. Somehow. So then he's just driving around listening to the radio, but every radio station he turns on is playing some sad popular song that I can't play in this video because I'll get copyright claim, but you get the picture, it's sad. And as he's driving, he just gets sadder and sadder and sadder until eventually he just busts.
And you let her go.
What? Dude, what was that sound? That relatable 16-year-old moment when your crush dumps you? It sounds like a laugh. Damn. I felt that sound in my bones. That's the type of sound, if you play too loud on your TV, it's gonna send you flying over the couch and break your fucking spine. This has gotta be one of the top 10 saddest sounds I've ever heard. It's just kind of funny that Paul Zimmer is going through all this trouble of starting this new persona, this whole new journey with this new character named Troy Becker, where he's giving himself like a second chance, you know? He messed up before, and now he's got a second chance. He's got to really make it count. But then like the Instagram comedy that he starts making, it's just like when the TV too loud, when you go through a breakup and you get sad. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of The Update Corner. I hope you guys liked it. My knees are killing me. I never want to do this again. I regret thinking of this bit. I'm gonna head back on over to my desk now. Okay! Alright, so here's the tweet everyone's been sending me. It's by this girl named Macy. If you are one of the people who's tagged me in this video, why? Why you gotta do that? I get that you were probably upset when you saw it, but why do you gotta do me like that? I didn't want, you think I wanna see this? But now I have seen it, and so if I have to see it, then everyone else has to see it too. So here it is. So at the start of the video, this lady's doing laundry. She's trying to get as much stuff in the machine as she can, but she can't quite get the machine to close. So she gets on top and she sits on it so that she can really pack it in. But then she turns on the washing machine, and well, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but something happens, that's for sure. Something definitely happens while she's on that washing machine. And whatever happened, she really enjoyed it. So the next day, she goes to a laundromat with her friends, and they pull up with like wine and candles, and they all have a merry old romantic time doing their laundry. I mean, what do you want me to say about this? Why did you all tag me in this? Why? Why did you think I wanted to see this? What do you even want me to say about it? What can I say about it that you don't already know? We all already know it's fucking weird. You don't need me to tell you that, I hope. Okay, wait, no, I know what you're probably wondering. You're probably wondering what this has to do with the game, right? You're probably wondering what this game is. Because the ad just ends with all of these women sitting on their laundry machines. So you're probably wondering what that has to do with the game. Well, the short answer is nothing. This video, as far as I can tell, has absolutely nothing to do with the game that it's advertising. The ad ends with the graphic coming up that says Lily's Garden. The game is called Lily's Garden. They didn't even show a garden in the whole dang ad. If you look at the game on the App Store, it just looks like a game where you grow a garden. You just get upgrades and you have a house. I think you can restore your house. You can unlock new friends. As far as I can tell, there's no mention of laundromats or romance. Kind of funny, actually, because she's sitting on a dryer, but it's making her.
Hey, whoa, this is the gross joke police. No making gross jokes around here. That joke is under arrest.
So after I saw this ad, I actually remembered I've seen another ad for this game before. I'm sure a lot of you have too, because it also blew up on Twitter, I think. So I went to go find that. Basically, it's the same girl from before, but in this ad, she just found out she's pregnant. I wonder who the father is. Nope, not that. It's this guy. So she goes to tell her man that she's pregnant, and her man is basically like, oh, fuck that. I'm out of here. And he rides off on a moped. Look, leaving your partner when they tell you they're pregnant is not a cool thing to do. Don't do that. It's not nice. It's a pretty scummy thing to do, if I'm being honest. But if you're gonna do it, that's gotta be one of the coolest ways to do it. Riding a moped into the goddamn sunset? That's dope as hell, no matter the context. Even if you are abandoning your unborn child. That's dope. Then it cuts back to the girl crying, reasonably so, and then it pops up with the graphic, Lily's Garden, play now. Didn't that make you want to play the game? Play it now. Look, your man's leaving you to raise a child by yourself. Sounds fun, right? The thing is, I remember watching this ad, and the first time, I didn't know who the main character of this game was. I didn't know if it was Lily or the man. So I was like, okay, is this game about raising a child by yourself? Or is it about doing whatever he's about to go do? Because he looks like he's about to go do some cool shit. That's a game I would like to play. No, I'm kidding. I don't support that behavior. I don't think either of them sound like appealing ideas for games. Which actually, the game developers probably agreed with, because the game also has nothing to do with this ad. It's just a gardening game. So I was a little bit curious, because these are two different ads. Both of them are very strange. I was wondering if there were more, so I looked it up, and there's a whole channel called Lily's Garden Ads that has like dozens of ads like this, and they're all very strange. And actually, I was surprised to see that there's a sequel to that moped ad with a twist ending. Yep, that's right. She was faking it the whole time. She was never even pregnant. She was just faking it because she wanted to get rid of her boyfriend. How sure must she have been that he was gonna ride away on his moped when she told him that she was pregnant, where her plan to get rid of him was pretending to be pregnant? She must have been so certain that the second she mentioned it, he would just bounce. The more of these I watch, the more I start to get the sense that there's like an overarching story to all of these. But for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. Lily is definitely having some kind of marital or relationship issues, if that was not clear from the first two ads. That theme pretty much stretches throughout all of the ads. She's looking for love. She's got this blonde guy, but he leaves her when she gets pregnant. But she's no saint herself, okay? Because there's another ad where she's getting married to the blonde guy, and I guess gets bored halfway through the wedding, so she just bounces with the waiter. They drive off on a moped. Why are mopeds the #1 method of escape in this universe? Every time you need to get away quick, you take a moped. That would not be my first instinct when I need to make a speedy getaway, to hop on a Vespa. And you know what? I gotta admit, it's not cool to leave in the middle of a wedding with some other dude that you just met, but if you are going to, it's pretty cool to do it on a moped, I'm not gonna lie. And then in another ad, her and the waiter are married now, or at least they're living together, and Lily gets pregnant, and she goes to tell him, and it looks like the same thing's gonna happen, where he's gonna bounce off on a moped again, but instead he leaves and comes back with a cute little onesie. So it seems like this guy is at least better for Lily, which I appreciate. Until you watch another video where he's cheating on Lily with her friend. I'm too invested in these ads. That's the worst part about all this, is I didn't even want to watch these ads. But now I'm invested in Lily's life, and I'm worried about her. I don't think that this guy is right for her, but I don't know if she has any other viable options. She's been going on dates, but she keeps getting catfished, and guys are creepy. I just wanted to find love, but at every turn, people are disappointing her. I really don't have time to be caring this much about cartoon characters. I have things to do. This is not how I wanted to start my 2020. Lily's Garden, if you're watching this, please let me write an ad where all of Lily's problems are solved so you can make it so I can stop devoting so much energy to this. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Please comment and tell me what I should fill this room with. I don't have any opinions about anything ever. Thank you, John Scott, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I'm a little self-conscious about whether the sweater's too big or not and makes me look goofy. Bye. This video is over now. Over now. Go find something else to watch, or just watch this video. I know we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But you can't stay on this end screen forever. No. This video is over now. Over now. So why are you still watching this? What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another episode of Coming to Terms with Our Own Mortality. Aging and getting older can be really tough, realizing that you're not the same young guy that you used to be. The other day, I was trying to fix my hair, and long, white, very thick hair fell out of my hair and onto my lap in front of me, and I picked it up, and I looked at it, and I thought, this is probably one of my dog's hairs that got into my hair for some reason, but it would suck if I started getting white hairs pretty soon. And I get the feeling that I'm not really alone in this fear of growing old. It seems like a lot of other content creators also have this this fear. I know I've talked about Brent Rivera and his friends before a lot on this channel, but they do this thing a lot where they pretend like they're in high school and they make videos about being in high school or about being kids or teens when they're all at least 20. I think the twins are even 21. They'll make videos like this where they pretend to be in high school. They even went to some high school. I don't know if it's their old high school or something to make a video. I can't even imagine like going to my old high school to make a video about pretending to be in high school. Like I can't even look at my old high school without, I don't know, pooping? Like, can you imagine being in high school and like every now and again these old guys will come by to shoot a video for their YouTube channel to make it seem like they're in high school? It's just really weird. Brent also has all of these videos on his YouTube channel that are called things like 15 lies every kid tells, how parents see things versus how teens say things. Just all these things that really make it seem like he's trying to just hold on to his youth for as long as possible. And it's a little bit sad, but mostly just creepy. It's like, dude, you're not in high school anymore. Just stop making videos about being in high school. Now, when older YouTubers or content creators post videos like this, it's not only weird and kind of like predatory and creepy, it's also usually not very relatable at all. Like this video that's called Walking Alone versus Walking with Your Friends. When you're alone, you automatically get bullied, you get your paper smacked out of your hands. But when you're with friends, you walk into school and you immediately take your shirt off. That also adds another level of creepiness to shooting at some high school that you don't go to. Just like, hey, you know that dude who graduated like 3 years ago? Yeah, he's in the hall with his shirt off, making a YouTube video. Lele Pons also recently posted a video called High School Bully. And I think that this is a really good example of when someone who's not in high school makes a video about what it's like to be in high school that is not like high school at all. It starts off with this dude who's apparently the bully who walks up to this entire group of kids and just asks them all for lunch money. Lunch money, now! First off, the whole lunch money thing is a cliche, right? I don't think anybody ever actually gets bullied for lunch money. And if they do, it's usually just one person. You don't just walk into a crowd and say, everybody give me your money. I'm the bully, and I'm here for all of your lunch money. Like, cause what is he gonna do? Is he gonna beat up all of you? No, obviously not. Anyway, the video's about Lele Pons coming to the school as like a new kid, and she sees this bully and she wants to learn about his backstory. So Lele asks this dude who totally looks like a high school student and not some 33-year-old guy. She asks him what's up with this bully, and he tells her his whole backstory. And apparently the bully used to be a nice kid, but then he got his heart broken, and so then he decided that he wanted to become a bully. First off, this video implies that like a kid who bullies other kids in high school just decides one day that they're gonna be a bully. Like they're looking in the mirror and they're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna start punching kids at school today. Anyway, he takes off his braces and his glasses, also implying that like bullies don't care about having straight teeth or being able to see. And then he emerges in this like jean vest with wristbands and eyeliner like he's a goth bully from an early 2000s movie. Like, looking at this video, it's clear Lele Pons has never been bullied in her entire life. It seems like she's never even been, no one's ever even been mean to her. And the only reference for someone who's mean she's ever seen is the bully from Fairly Odd Parents. And the fashion is like a conscious choice. He's like, okay, I'm gonna start punching kids at school, so now I have to start wearing eyeliner to school also. Anyway, the video ends with Lele deciding that she wants to try to change the bully because she thinks he's just some heartbroken kid. So she walks over, and this time the bully is standing around the same group of people, but just asking everybody to do his science homework for him.
Where's my science homework? I said I needed it today. How do you think I'm gonna turn it in?
Don't do that.
You have my science
No,
homework?
I don't have your science homework.
Then who has my homework?
No. To be honest, that doesn't really seem like bullying. It just sort of seems like this dumb kid who forgot to do his homework is like pleading with everyone to give him, like, help him. Anyway, Lele asked the bully on a date.
Because I want to go on a date with you.
And for a second, it seems like the bully facade starts to fade away. But then he gets distracted because he sees some other kid he forgot to ask about science homework, and then he runs off chasing him. And that's the end of the video. So the moral of the story is you can't change bullies. They're always gonna want to steal your science homework. There's just like so many things in this video that like just don't make sense. It's like a video for high school kids about high school kids written by someone who isn't in high school, and quite honestly, it seems like has never even stepped foot in a public school. It seems like there's been a big problem for people who make this super relatable content. I feel like this stuff sort of started on Vine when it would be like, white people be like, or girls be like, and boys be like. Very surface level relatable stuff. And over time, these Viners have transitioned to Instagram and YouTube, and they've sort of run out of these like surface level things to make videos about, and so they've just sort of run out of ideas. I think it's pretty apparent if you look at Hannah Stocking's YouTube channel. She's got super relatable titles like Dating a DJ, which I think is something that we've all done, or Runaway Bride, which is a very common issue plaguing the high school students of today. Hannah Stocking also has a knack for trying to appeal to high school kids with her videos. This video she posted recently is called Timed Mile in PE. The mile is something that people talk about a lot, is something that they really didn't like about high school. It's a pretty commonly memed about thing. So this should be pretty low-hanging fruit for Hannah Stocking to make a pretty relatable video about, right? Wrong! First off, we have a cast of characters here that seem to range from like being maybe 22 to 30.
James! Jonathan?
Right here.
Berkey!
Hey, can we just hurry up so we don't have to do anything?
No. Today we're gonna be running 1 mile! Hey.
Woo!
Stretch it out!
Why?
4 laps in under 15 minutes.
This video has very weird pacing, if you haven't been able to tell already. We're like 30 seconds in, and it's just already very awkward to watch. It's like, you can sort of tell that they like got on set with a vague idea of what they were going to film, but they weren't entirely sure. That's how a lot of like Hannah Stocking and Lele Pons videos, they're all like this, where it's just like, well, we have the basic idea of what we want to do, and shooting a video is very easy and not complicated at all. So let's just figure it out when we get there.
Hey! What's up? Hey! Cool. Oh yeah, me too, totally.
Yeah.
Hey!
I'm out of here.
Hey, you're expelled! Expellation!
That moment when your gym teacher expels you, that crazy moment when your gym teacher has the power to expel you. High school was crazy, man. The gym teacher was just expelling kids one after another. You're not listening, you're expelled. You're trying to get out of this? Expelled. Those gym teachers had way too much power.
Got a doctor's note? All right, that's fine, yeah. Sit out, no worries. What's your excuse?
I got in a car accident.
Do you have a doctor's note?
I do not. I'm so much pain.
Get over there and start running! Come on!
Oh yeah. Yeah, we all had that one gym teacher that was physically abusive and made kids with crippling disabilities run the mile.
Remember, 4 laps!
Yeah, look at this dude. In what world can this guy pass as a high school student? He's like jacked, and he's got a 5 o'clock shadow, a more than 5 o'clock shadow. It's an 8 o'clock shadow at least.
On your marks!
Anybody else thirsty?
Get set!
Okay, so this is a skit about running the mile, and I think it really revolves around the characters in this video. There's different types of kids in PE class when running the mile. You've got the kid who tries way too hard, of course. You've got the girl who's not trying at all. Obviously, every gym class has that.
Is that a frappuccino?
The kid who runs off into the mountains the second the mile starts. Well, actually, wait. And the kid who comes to school the day after getting into a serious car accident without a doctor's note. We all know that kid. That classic character. Ooh, and the chubby slow kid. Haha, yeah! Then there's this weird part where Hannah gets like heat exhaustion and starts hallucinating and sees this like wizard guy who's also her coach. Yes, this is something that I know I certainly have experienced and can relate to on a very deep level. Hallucinating in gym class every day. Anyway, they finally finish the race. Everybody cheers on the chubby kid. He finishes the race last, obviously. And then the coach congratulates them for all finishing the full 4 laps. But then the chubby kid's like, wait a minute, I thought you only said we had to do 1 lap.
I thought we were just doing 1.
And then this happens.
We're going again!
Again?
He makes all of them do the whole mile again, just because one kid didn't do the whole mile. This is another video about common high school experiences. It's called High School Rivals. We all went to high school and we all had high school rivals. This video starts off in a classic classroom scenario. They're sitting in a room made of cinder blocks, so I guess they're either in prison or a storage unit.
Now, I wish the Olympics today would last a lot longer, so I'm gonna make it a project. It's simple. It's simple. All you gotta do is make the Olympics part of your week and then come back and let us know how it goes.
So this is how the story is set up. The teacher gives them this vague-ass project. He just says, make the Olympics part of your week and then come back and let me know how it goes. There's like, there's no criteria for making the Olympics part of your week. Just somehow do something Olympic related in your week and then come back, and you don't have to write a paper or anything. Just let me know how it goes. I'm just curious.
Guys, we have to get an A on this Olympics project.
Let's go get some lunch so we can brainstorm some ideas and be prepared.
Vultures!
I'm not messing with these vultures, man. We shouldn't go this way.
We gotta go the long way home.
We've never been that way, are you sure? That's East High's territory.
Spooky old vultures.
Oh, man!
That's our rival West High!
Cracked my neck.
Looks like West High is crossing over onto East High's turf.
Uh-oh, so now they were walking home and they got deterred by some vultures, which happens so much when I was walking home from high school.
Spooky old vultures.
They came across these kids from their rival high school who were just playing on a playground for some reason. And now it looks like they're having this like West Side Story kind of standoff. Did this ever happen in high school to anyone with their rival high school? The most confrontational that our high school rivalry ever got would be like me occasionally saying to my friends, I wish our theater program was as well funded as theirs was. And that was about as savage as things got over there.
You know what happens when you come to our turf, right? We're gonna have to battle. You guys, I'm scared. What do we do?
I don't know, don't we have to go home and do our Olympics project?
But they're our rivals. We can't back down. We gotta battle.
Yeah, we gotta battle, guys.
So let's battle them. We'll battle you. Olympic style!
It's a beautiful sunny day here in downtown Los Angeles, where 2 competing high schools are competing in their very own Little Olympics.
The plots of these are so confusing. They met their rival high school and they wanted to battle, but they also had to finish this vague Olympics project. And so they're gonna just combine the 2 things and they're gonna battle these kids with this Olympic style competition. The news is here for some reason. They have a referee. They have this whole thing set up. I mean, they must really hate each other to work together so well to coordinate this whole thing. I mean, this is a whole event. You gotta really hate somebody to organize an entire event around kicking their butts. Anyways, the rest of the video is just them competing in these weird, made-up events that are somehow Olympic-like. You're probably wondering, well, do they get an A on the project? You never really find out. They finish the whole competition and the ref is about to crown a winner when one of the kids gets picked up by an awful looking CG vulture and carried away, and the video just ends with everyone screaming,
Down here! Rip his wings off!
Okay.
Do you see what I mean when I said, like, they have the basic idea of what they're going to do when they start filming, but they don't really have, like, the ending finished or anything? Because it seems like they filmed this whole video, and then when they got to the end, they had sort of forgotten what the initial conflict of the video was. Like, the initial thing was to try to get an A on their project. Then they get sidetracked with this competition thing, and then that doesn't even end. This kid just gets carried away. There's, like, no resolution to any of the subplots. It's like they just stopped the plot. So Hannah Stocking is 26 years old. She hasn't been in high school in probably 8 years. My point of making this video isn't that you're not allowed to be over 26 years old. That would be very drastic. No, actually, you know what? I'm changing my mind. You're not allowed to be 26 years old. Everyone above 26 must be put to death immediately. My point is that if you are 26, you shouldn't be trying so hard to, like, appeal to teenagers. What I do when I make videos is I try to make things that I think I would like. Things that relate to me. Things that I think I experience that other people experience as well. And that's what I think resonates with people. But when you gain this, like, following by trying to say what you think people younger than you should be feeling or, like, thinking, and you also try to, like, relate to them like you're one of them, it comes off really, really bad. And then also when she does brand deals and stuff, which she has, they're also very cringy. She's got a few where she just, like, literally reads from a teleprompter about like scientific studies and stuff.
Your prefrontal cortex is the part of your brain that's in charge of planning and decision making.
It's so obvious that she's just, like, reading like that. But when you're doing brand deals and stuff like that, and you're trying to sell things to kids too, that just makes it that much worse. Anyways, that's the lesson for today. Be yourself, and if you're You guys may remember a few years ago when I tried to make a viral TikTok song. So I made up a fake musical artist, I disguised myself so that people wouldn't know it was me, and I released a song under a pseudonym, Fox Season. But despite me disguising myself to the best of my abilities, it did not work. Everyone knew it was me right away, and I was humiliated. Well, did you know that that entire thing has actually happened before, but instead of with me, it was with one of the biggest musical artists of all time? Well, I also did not know that. Apparently in 1999, Garth Brooks, one of the most famous men in the world at the time, created an alter ego named Chris Gaines.
Sex. That's the greatest thing about being a musician.
And started releasing music under this name. Why did he do that? Well, we're gonna get to the bottom of that today. See, I'm actually not super familiar with this story. I'm gonna be learning about it at the same time as you. I've had a special team of content curators, which consists of one guy. His name is Robert. Put together all of the necessary materials for us to figure out what exactly happened back in 1999. Okay, first off, who is Garth Brooks? I gotta admit, I am not super well versed on Garth Brooks. 1999 is when I was 5 years old. I wasn't listening to a ton of country music back then, but according to this bio on his website, he remains the #1 selling solo artist in US history, certified by the RIAA with 157 million album sales. Brooks is the first and only artist in history to receive 9 Diamond Awards for the now 9 albums certified at over 10 million. So when I say this guy was popular, this dude was like the guy. He was that guy in the 1990s. Now let me see what his, like, most popular song was. Okay, so The Dance, Friends in Low Places. Okay, I definitely know that song. I got friends in low places. That's his famous song about his friends being trapped in a well. Also, Garth Brooks' website is insane, dude. I'm trying to read his bio, and there's like a laser light show going on in the background. What is this? Makes it so hard to read. I started getting dizzy when I opened this website. Garth Brooks, you gotta hire a new web designer. Maybe he doesn't want people to read his bio because he's embarrassed about the whole Chris Gaines thing. Okay, then Robert says, then in 1999, at the height of his stardom, Garth Brooks took one of the weirdest swings a pop star has ever taken. Who is Chris Gaines? Barf Brooks. Garth Brooks' alter ego explained. And there's a picture of him. Yeah, so a big part of this apparently is his disguise. So hold on, let me show you what Garth Brooks actually looks like. This is Barf Brooks, and this is Chris Gaines. Very clearly a country singer, very clearly not. Is he wearing colored contacts too? Okay, maybe we'll learn more about the disguise later, but let's get into the article. Many artists, regardless of their respective mediums, do sometimes decide to attempt a change of pace when it comes to the art they put out there in the world. Photographers might decide to switch things up by going from black and white imagery to vibrant color for once. That's funny to use a photographer as an example, because like imagine you hired a wedding photographer and they show up and insist on like shooting your wedding photos in a different style than what you agreed on. But not only that, they're also in a disguise. They're super emo looking with their hair over one eye, and they're like, I was thinking that we could do all of your photos in black and white with just like one pop of color, maybe just like only red. While not many musicians will take on a whole new identity for change of artistic pace, but award-winning country music superstar Garth Brooks did. The guitar-playing legend once went completely against the grain by taking on a whole alter ego. He changed his hairstyle and outfits and released an album under the name of Chris Gaines. Side note, every time I read the words Chris Gaines, I am gonna accidentally think of Chip Gaines, of Chip and Joanna Gaines, the house renovator from Fixer Upper. Maybe that's him too, dude. We don't know. I've actually never seen Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines and Chip Gaines all in the same room together. Was this like as his career was starting to fade into irrelevance, or is this like at the height of his fame? It seems like it was at the height of his fame. That makes it so much more insane. I could see like after your prime, you wanting to switch it up and do something else, but trying to do both at once? He was still Garth Brooks. I wonder if they ever collab. In 1999, Garth Brooks and his production company Red Stroke Entertainment began to develop a film project that was meant to be a dramatic portrayal of a popular rock and roll musician named Chris Gaines. It was given the title The Lamb, but not much else detail at that point. Gaines was Australian, had dark hair, and even a soul patch, but not quite the features Brooks fans were used to at all. Every detail about Gaines was created by Brooks himself, apart from the songs, which were written by several other songwriters, including country music superstar Trisha Yearwood. Oh, who would later become Brooks' wife. Oh, that's a weird turn of events. Okay. Guess he liked the songs that she wrote a lot. I like that you ghost wrote those songs for me. How would you like to ghost write my vows for me? Will you marry me? And I'm serious about the vows thing. I don't want to write my own vows, if that's cool. Wait, so this started as a movie role? He was making a movie and created a character named Chris Gaines. And then at some point, he just becomes the character? Is this gonna be like Austin Butler? How he just became Elvis after Elvis? To build hype for the upcoming movie, Brooks embodied the role of the fictional rock icon by releasing an album, Garth Brooks in The Life of Chris Gaines, in October of that year. The album was tied into the planned film that at the time had no projected release date. Okay, so is he trying to trick people or not? It kind of seems like he's not from this article. I mean, his name is in the album title. If he was trying to fool people, he would be doing a really bad job. It'd be like Hannah Montana releasing an album called I'm Miley Cyrus. The public's reception of Gaines. Oh, and we've got a song here. Chris Gaines, Lost in You. I've got friends in low places. The song's just the same. It is very moody looking though. You are my godsend. It's definitely an interesting look he's got going on. Has he ever seen a rock star before? He looks like a cult leader or something. Why isn't he wearing shoes? Cult leaders don't wear shoes. That's in case you didn't get that reference. The masses weren't ready and ultimately didn't accept Gaines. Sure, Brooks fans gave his new style a try as the album actually went #2 on the Billboard 200s charts. However, the people who purchased the album were quickly disappointed and genuinely confused. I don't know what's so confusing about it. It's Garth Brooks in Chris Gaines. Wait, is that what the album was called? In the Life of Chris Gaines. It was rumored that even his most loyal fans simply didn't catch on to the fictional aspects of Gaines. Instead, they easily thought that Brooks was genuinely going off the deep end, changing his whole life around. People didn't understand the connection with the movie. They just thought he was changing his name, his hairstyle, taking off his shoes, and just completely changing his music style. As for The Lamb, Brooks' production company focused more on the marketing and promotion of the music, forcing any basic foundations of even just the movie's production to fall by the wayside. By early 2001, anything involving a potential movie seemingly stopped, and the life of Chris Gaines quickly went from destined to disappearing. So they never released the movie. Well, yeah, that's gonna make it way more confusing. I could definitely understand people thinking that you went insane Actually, Garth. Is that his real name, Garth? Is that a name? Just sort of realized I've never heard that name before. Is he an alter ego? What is behind the name Garth? Makes it sound like it's some kind of evil plot. Who's behind this name? We have to get to the bottom of it, and we have to stop them. A garth is an enclosed quadrangle or yard, especially one surrounded by a cloister. What the fuck is going on? What am I reading? I think I clicked the wrong article. Oh, it is possible that the name Garth comes from Gareth. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Thank you for the quadrangle explanation. But it wasn't a total waste. The single Lost in You did make it to the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 charts, which is still Brooks' only track in his career to appear on the list. Huh? How is that possible? Didn't we just learn he's like the most popular artist of all time? The song even went gold in the year it was released. The album as a whole did reach platinum status in Canada and double platinum in the United States as well. So it wasn't all bad. It was his most popular song of all time, and people actually turned out to like Chris Gaines way better than Garth Brooks. How much do you want to bet the movie wasn't even a real thing that was gonna happen? It kind of seems like maybe he made up the movie as an excuse when people started being like, we know it's you, Garth. And he's just like, what? Yeah, guys, I'm preparing for a movie where I'm like the coolest guy in the world. I play like the character of the coolest rock star you've ever seen. There's no more okay, the vibe I'm getting from this music video is that he was genuinely trying to convince people that this was a real person named Chris Gaines and not Garth Brooks. Because he's hiding his face so much. His hair is covering his eyes. Every shot of him, he's like half in shadow and turning away from the camera. Or they're adding some strange blur effect to him. I'm really Danny, but you'll never tell. It's so funny to release a new artist to the world and like their debut single, when you get a chance to like really get to know the artist for the first time, to be like, I'm a new artist. Do you guys like my music? Do you like what I look like? They're filming Chris Gaines like he's Bigfoot. I'm trying to imagine if this, like, if a music video like this came out today from one of the most popular artists pretending to be someone else. Like if Taylor Swift released a music video, but she just like looked kind of different and was like trying to cover her face the whole time and be like, I'm not Taylor Swift. How confused would everyone be? That would be so strange. Okay, this is a clip of Garth Brooks promoting his episode of Saturday Night Live featuring Chris Gaines as the musical guest.
Hey everybody, I'm Garth Brooks and I get to host Saturday Night Live this weekend. My musical guest is gonna be Chris Gaines. Now, of course, I wanted to play the music, but Mango wanted Chris.
He's even pretending to be offended that they didn't ask him to be the musical guest. I'm feeling a little bit of cheekiness here. I feel like he's playing into it a little bit, the absurdity of it, so I'm not totally convinced that he's actually trying to pretend like Chris Gaines is a real person. Although maybe the cheekiness is just to give himself deniability so that when people find out it's him, that he can be like, no, I never... You guys, I was joking the whole time. I thought you knew that. Look how cheeky I was being. Okay, now we have Garth Brooks introducing Chris Gaines as the musical guest on SNL.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Gaines.
Wait, how did they do that then? Was this part filmed before and not actually live? That way he could be in costume the entire time? It is kind of a really long intro. Maybe this was live, and right after it cuts away from him, he has to sprint backstage. During this intro, he's like rapidly changing his costume. He's putting on his dark hair. He comes out, he's all fucked up and out of breath. Hi guys, I'm Chris Gaines. Okay, here he comes. Gotta say, it does not sound great. Undercover boss look. God, I feel like it would be so embarrassing to be Chris Gaines. He must have felt pretty low after this all went down. Do you think Chris Gaines is the friend that Garth was talking about in that song? Friends in no place. The fact that this movie never came out is so crazy, because he's like such a character in this. Like, he's acting like a stereotype of a brooding rock star. I feel like before the last Borat movie came out, Sacha Baron Cohen was going around in character a lot, just like doing shenanigans, using like YouTube videos, promotional stuff as Borat. Imagine if Borat just never came out. Everyone's like, Okay, so I guess that was just for, I guess that wasn't for anything. That was just for him. Okay, now we got another article called Chris Gaines' backstory is all kinds of tragic. Chris Gaines may well be the most elaborately documented country star who doesn't actually exist. The tortured rock and roll alter ego of Garth Brooks gained had his heyday in the late 90s with the 1999 release of Garth Brooks in the Life of Chris Gaines, a greatest hits project that culled songs from many albums he'd released on Capitol Records, all of which were fictional. Wait, did he release music as Chris Gaines before this album, before admitting it was Garth Brooks? And okay, did I totally misunderstand that? I gotta look up Chris Gaines' discography now. I go to Chris Gaines' Wikipedia page and it's like, Chris Gaines is a type of quadrangle or yard. Okay, so Garth Brooks in the Life of Chris Gaines is the only album that Chris Gaines released, but the single for that album, Lost in You, was released earlier than the album, but it still says Garth Brooks as Chris Gaines even on the single. Again, I can still understand why people would be weirded out with this, having no knowledge of a movie in the works. Definitely does seem like a weird thing to do. When it comes to the Chris Gaines project, it's tough to separate fact from fiction. Don't think it's that hard. I think Garth Brooks is the real one. Chris Gaines is the fake one. Are they suggesting we're not sure? He might have been Chris Gaines the whole time and Garth is the made up one. We still don't know what is behind Garth. As intricately detailed as Gaines' musical exploits are, his backstory is just as fleshed out, and the details of the singer's life are as tumultuous as they are plentiful. Okay, so they like made up a whole fake backstory for him? For example, his dad died after a prolonged battle with cancer, leading Gaines down a path toward a debilitating sex addiction. That's not all. Gaines' home was burned to the ground by arsonists, and he was betrayed and financially extorted by the manager who helped launch his career, whom he also slept with in the throes of his sex addiction. How crazy would it be if like the person perpetrating all of this betrayal and financial extortion was Garth Brooks in this made-up backstory? He just accidentally makes himself out to be this huge asshole. The list goes on. Gaines nearly lost his life in a car crash that had severely injured his face, ultimately permanently changing the way he looks. Maybe that's why he's covering his face with his hair all the time and doesn't want to be seen by the camera. And perhaps most centrally to the torment that plagued his career, he lost a good friend and musical partner named Tommy in a horrific plane crash. Has anything bad not happened to Chris Gaines? Like, we get it, he makes dark music, so it makes sense for him to have a dark past. You don't need to throw everything in there. What was this movie gonna be? It's just a series of bad things happening to this guy. Sounds like a miserable movie. If Gaines were a real person and his life had truly taken place, it would be tragic. But as a fictional narrative, it's a testament to how hard Brooks and his collaborators worked on every detail of the Chris Gaines project. Yeah, it seems like they worked really hard Googling worst things that could happen to you and then just shoving them all in the script. When Brooks first debuted Gaines' work, some fans hailed it as a great rock and roll joke, while others were puzzled. Probably the worst reception you could get for a new piece of art you put out into the world. You wake up the morning of your album's release and ask your manager, what are people thinking of it? Are the reviews in? Your manager's like, yeah, well, you know, some people think it's a joke, but other people are confused. So, you know. Pitchfork gave it 2 question marks. So apparently VH1 made a behind the life of Chris Gaines, acting like Chris Gaines was a real person, where they go through like his tormented life. And it's 40 minutes long. Oh my God. I think this is also the worst quality video on YouTube. It's crazy.
Chris Gaines' solo career took him to the top of the charts. Then his manager took him to the cleaners.
I turned Chris Gaines from a nobody into a superstar.
They even interviewed the manager who financially extorted him. That's crazy.
I remember going over to Chris's house. He was packing and...
They have like fake friend interviews, fake manager interviews. He was trying to make Chris Gaines real. He was. It's weird because it's like he's trying to play it off as a character and real at the same time. Part of me feels like if it worked and no one like called him out on it, he was just gonna become Chris Gaines and act like Garth Brooks never happened. Okay, so there's a video of him from 2023 talking about it. So let's see what he has to say in hindsight.
And now when people speak of the Gaines Project, all they talk about is the music. I like that.
Yeah, of course you would. No one's talking about the insane thing that I did, just the music. Just how I like it.
The Chris Gaines project, if you just left it alone with all the shit it went through, if you just left it alone, the music was eventually going to start speaking.
I liked it. It's like, also just leave it alone for a long time. Eventually you'll like it. Everyone stop talking about, stop making fun of me for a little bit, and then the music will speak for itself.
The Chris Gaines project was Chris Gaines' greatest hits. Technically, those songs had to come from previous albums.
Yeah, just 5 of them.
So what are your thoughts on revisiting that?
The 5 albums have to come out. The 5 albums have to come out.
Yo! The 5 albums have to come out. Okay. Could we finally get a Chris Gaines comeback season? During an extensive Q&A at Billboard Live, in conversation, the country star confirmed his intentions to release more music as the controversial character. Well, I, for one, am very excited and cannot wait for Chris Gaines to come back. And Chris, if you ever want to collab on a song, I know a really great up-and-coming musical artist named Fox Season who would love to work with you. All right, well, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.